Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
We are back for the afternoon session of the Royal City Rumble 2 WRPF Canada Meet. My name is Jared Maynard. I'm a physio powerlifting coach and your host here on the A1 Digital live stream, bringing you the action. We are about to get underway here, probably in about 2-3 minutes. And we had a stellar morning session. Today's the men's day. We had some big lifts this morning. We had some interesting situations based on attempt selection, especially going into second and third squats, deadlifts. Bench was hit and miss, especially on thirds. It led to some pretty make or break situations for the lifters and saw some really great rallies. Kept it interesting the whole way through. We can expect the exact same thing this afternoon because we have the heavyweights coming in. The heavyweight men, you can expect to see some very big lifts. We are going to bring you the whole thing, whether you are a seasoned powerlifting competitor or a spectator, or you're just joining in right now, family, friend. We want to make this a fully immersive and positive experience for you. This meet is brought to you by Catalano Events. Sarah and Francesco are the masterminds behind that. They have put blood, sweat, and tears into this event. They've assembled a stellar team of meet day staff as well as sponsors. We'll be shouting the sponsors out all throughout this session. Alistair, Scorybreck Barbell is our MC. He's hyping up the crowd, letting them know what's up, making sure we got good energy coming in this afternoon. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing more and more as these men start coming out. You may see me joined by some company, potentially Garrett Fear and or Jordan Moffat. Jordan is from Bacon and Barbells Co., who has outfitted the entire platform crew. Speak of the Jordan. How we doing, buddy?
Good. I have a belly full of sushi. I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go. You weren't sure where the meal was going to come from, and you found a good one.
Oh, I found a good one. Yeah. Everything else was closed. 50 pesos. I think they were closed today. Still try to support them. Get them the catalytic converter money.
We are off to the races. Spencer Thurston up first. 165 kilos, 364 pounds for the opener.
Yes, sir.
Looked like what we expect an opener to be.
Nicely done. Good squat there.
An opener in most cases is going to feel and look like one more warm-up just on the platform. Gets you on the on the board. Gets you at least one good attempt. We need that for all 3 lifts if we're competing in full power. And it helps to build momentum. Platform is ready for Alex McDonald. 170 kilos, 374 pounds. 375 pounds, excuse me.
There we go. Strong on rack.
Takes the steps, usually 2 to 3. Gets a squat command. Looks like a little bit of unevenness. Dip towards the left. Didn't see the effects of speed on the ascent. Great white lift.
We are going up to 385 pounds for Steve Del Rey. That is 175 kilos. Mike is on deck. Granville in the hole. Luke is 4 out.
For those of you who might be newer to powerlifting, you'll notice the lights at the top of your screen. We need at least 2 white lights for a lift to be considered good and be granted to the lifter. A red light will indicate a no lift. There are multiple reasons for a no lift. Steve's taking a second to adjust the belt, always an important thing.
Steve training out of Scorybreck Barbell. Shout out to Alistair, who's also emceeing this event, and Erica, who is judging this event. So, giving back full circle. I'd say that's good. How about you?
I'd say so too. Plenty deep.
That's nicely done. 3 whites. Jumping up to 440 pounds, 200 kilos on the bar for Mike.
Like we were saying, with the squat, there are 2 commands actually that the lifters have to obey. The squat and the rack command. So once they take it out of the rack and assume the start position, the side referees and the head referee will give the command to squat. And then the lifter has to dip down until the hip, top of the hip, or the hip, the center of the hip is below the top of the knee joint. That is considered competition depth. And it stands back up all the way to the point where the knees are locked out, at which point they'll be giving the rack command. Mike Ochterlony, 200 kilos, 441 pounds. Takes that walkout like somebody who's been here before, and sure enough, he has.
Nice, nice. Confident lift. That was great. 3 whites on that one. Hey, I got some candies from Sushi if you like one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I think it's like a honeydew or a honeydew.
Fantastic.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
I'll have the first one so you know it's not poison.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure they didn't. And that's the end of Jordan.
Yep. That's all it takes. Granville's our next lifter. Granville, resident lifter here in Canada. He has done, 20, 30 meets. I don't know. Granville's always here supporting, always has a big crowd with them. Love to see it.
215 kilos. Control on that
There we
descent.
go. Granville was dealing with some injuries previously, so last couple meets he was doing bench only. Or sorry, the last couple meets that I had seen him at, he's doing bench only. So it's great to see him back, fully healthy, ready to rock.
Absolutely. Dealing with injuries is one factor that can absolutely influence a meet prep and a game day performance in a big way. Other things might be travel, might be weight cuts, aggressive weight cuts. We'll see how it goes for all these gentlemen. Luke Capstick is the next lifter on the platform. 232.5 kilos, 513 pounds. Authoritative walkout.
Nicely done.
Shabby. I imagine as the weight gets heavier, we might see a little bit of challenge with that bar wanting to pitch him forward.
Anybody who can squat to ska music, they've got it figured out. They're focused. It's one of the most irritating genres to listen to. But my God, he did it.
We got hot takes here on the
Oh
live
my God,
stream.
I do love ska. I'm guilty of that. It's only so much trumpet you can take in a day, though. Now I know how the Romans felt.
Amazing. I love it.
All right, we got Matthew Collado up next. Team Zottel, 235 kilos, 518 pounds. I love that singlet.
That's
That
great.
retro singlet. Go, brother.
Controlled descent. Looks. Ooh. That might have been a
Little stick through there, but I think it's going to be good.
could have been finding a bit of an issue with the groove.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's a strength thing, that one.
He'll get that on the second. He'll fix that. No problem.
Oh, yeah. Alex Irulo is going to be the next lifter out. 235 kilos, 518.1 pounds.
That's pretty confident. He rulos. Sorry, I had to.
Well done. Getting the cheers from the crowd behind Alex here. Alex is a junior competitor between 20 and 23 years old, competing in the 110 kilo weight class. Slow and steady descent.
Good squat.
Good.
That's looking like 3 whites on the board. Judges say, yep, nicely done. Matthew Aubin, 257.5, set 567 pounds. Team Zottel, the athletic Buffalo. Always a pleasure watching Matt lift. He has so much intensity. He's so great to watch. He's such a technical lifter.
Absolutely.
He's got the team behind him. Let's go, Matthew. Matthew gets like the stare in his eyes. He always gets like the 1,000-yard stare. Yeah. He gets hyper focused.
He knows what he has to do.
Yep.
And he's looking to get on the board with
Let's
an
go,
opener.
buddy.
257.5 kilos again. I'll be curious to see. Yep,
Yeah,
definitely
whites,
good.
no problem. Caden Bushy, another awesome lifter. Even better person. Such a gentle giant. He's quite a strong boy. Opening with 633 pounds. He's in the 140 weight class. And he is a tested lifter, so it's 8,000 times harder.
You heard it here first. This time, setting the feet. Big brace. All day.
Beautiful. And the lift was good too.
Look at that.
3 whites on the board. We are back to the top of, yes?
Everybody has an opener.
Yeah, let's go. We are back to the top. Second attempts with Alex, 182.5 kilos, 402 pounds. Spencer's on deck. Steve is in the hole, and Mike will be 4 lifters out.
If you are newer to powerlifting, everybody needs to post at least one successful lift in all 3 of the disciplines: squat, bench press, and deadlift, if they're competing a full power meet. Otherwise, if they don't, that's what's known as bombing out, with no successful attempts in a particular discipline. But you need at least one successful lift in each to post a total. And
Bombing out brings great honor and no, not great honor, dishonor and great shame to the family.
And nobody wants that.
Just ask my parents.
Alex McDonald looking to follow his first with 182.5.
Oh, yeah. Almost
Very
better than his first.
I would say so. I wouldn't be terribly
done. Once you get those first squat jitters out, sometimes you find that people really loosen up and really find their groove on the second, third attempts.
That was a 12.5 kilo jump from his opener. I wouldn't be surprised to see another 12.5, even 15.
You got that right, Skip.
20 kilo jump here for Spencer Thurston to 185, 407.9 pounds.
Training under Master Athletic Performance. Looking like karate teacher. Hiya! Oh, yeah. Judges say, nicely done.
Chop that second into tomorrow. Good lift for Spencer.
That was good.
You know, every now and then.
I like it. That was good.
Excellent. Steve Del Rey will be next up, 185. Same bar weight. He's jumping 10 kilos from the first to his second after a successful opener. All these gentlemen so far are in fine form. Everybody posting an opener. It's exactly what we want to see. It's not always the strongest powerlifter at the end of the day who wins in a particular weight class, especially if there are a few lifters jockeying for it. It comes down to who can make the most successful attempts, build the total in general. Yes, sir.
Done. Strong all the way through. 3 weights. Nicely done.
Well done, Steve.
We are taking a big jump up to 220 kilos. Mike wants 485 pounds. Granville's on deck. Luke is in the hole. And Matthew's 4 lifters out.
So as far as the technicalities of squat, we talked about the commands. Other things the lifters cannot do is once they get the start command, they cannot take a step forward, backward, or sideways. They can rock forward and back. They cannot let the bar start to travel downwards once it starts to rise from the bottom of the squat. It can hold steady for a minute as they grind it out, though. Let's see what Mike does. 220. Fights for it.
Nicely done.
You know, not terribly off the beaten path for a second.
Nope. I think he needs to, he almost squatted before the command on that one. I think he needs to just,
Lock back into the commands.
Yeah.
I'd imagine a 10 kilo jump from there, probably.
I think so, yeah. Granville, 227.5 kilos, took a 12.5? Yeah, 12.5 kilo jump for Granville.
Mike did go for the 10 kilo jump, as
Beauty.
expected.
Excellent call.
Thank you.
Yet again,
Thank you.
Professor.
Oh,
Let's go, Granville. Nicely done.
yes, sir.
No problem at all. Granville's such a consistent lifter. Nicely done. 3 white lights. Sorry, I'm hitting the keyboard over here by accident. Luke is our next lifter. We're taking another jump, 245 kilos, 540 pounds. Matthew's on deck. Alex is in the hole.
Shout out to our platform crew. Jordan, they are looking mighty comfy. Do you know who happened to outfit them?
I do. It was my friends at Bacon and Barbells.
Fun fact. He is his friend at Bacon and Barbells.
I do have friends.
You do.
Yeah, we outfitted the platform with our reversible shorts. Everyone looks absolutely fantastic. I'm just pumped we actually got the sizing right on these because the last one's kind of looked like diapers. So everyone looks mighty fine today.
Mighty fine. We really want to thank the platform crew, not only for loading, but also keeping our lifters safe.
Yep, doing a great job today.
Here goes Luke.
Nicely done. We need to get that camera back on the lifters. There we go.
There it is.
Awesome.
3 white lights for Luke, capstick.
551 pounds on the bar from Matthew, going to 250 kilos. Alex is on deck. Matthew's in the hole, and Caden is 4 lifters out.
15-kilo jump from Matthew.
Bar is loaded for Matthew.
All the lifters go. He's got a battle cry. Matthew's ready to go.
I think I just pooped a little.
Don't worry. I'll keep you safe. I can't actually keep you safe.
That's normal in powerlifting.
That's right.
Please tell me it's normal.
It's normal. You're one of us now.
Let's go, Matthew.
Let's go.
Nice, strong, steady. Big power up. Yeah.
Big.
That's a little bit faster than his first one. It's going to be good. Yes, sir. Nicely done.
Interesting
Yeah,
to hear
I feel
the
like he
calls.
found that groove.
Yes. Heard the calls of back, back, back. It's always interesting to see what kind of cues are given to the lifters, what helps them find that groove. At the end of the day, you got to keep that center of mass, the barbell, over your midfoot. If you're not sure where your midfoot is, if you're newer to powerlifting, look down at your feet. If you're wearing shoes, or imagine where your shoelaces would be, right about the top there. You've got to keep the balance. And depending on your leverages, how tall you are, how long your torso is, how wide your feet are, it's all going to impact how you approach the squat. Here's Alex Iarulo, 250 kilos after a successful opener, 551 pounds.
Looking strong.
What do you think on depth there?
I think it looked good.
Zero
Yeah,
one.
I see your concern. That's close. Very close.
Close. All we need are 2 white lights, and it's a good lift, but that's one of the other things that keeps it interesting on squats. We talked about competition depth. You don't get any extra points for going deeper than necessary. You just have to hit standard.
That's right. Matthew's taking a record attempt here, 600 pounds.
Getting pumped up. Always important to take your time with a setup. You can win or lose a squat based on that setup.
Nice and strong, looking steady.
Oh, this control. Nope.
Oh,
Good catch spotters.
great attempts, Matthew. Great catch spotters. Maybe he'll take it on his third. Maybe he'll scratch and save some energy for the bench and deadlift, but we'll know in a minute.
He's got an opening deadlift posted, 215 kilos already. No, he's going for it again. But we take it on his third.
Caden is ready to summon Satan with his 302.5 kilo, 666.9 attempt. If he does, a pit in the floor will open up and we'll all fall through. So I'll call my wife now.
Yes. Call your loved ones at the
Yeah.
moment because he's got a successful opener. Caden's going to be looking to build on it here now.
I hope he grows devil horns after this. Instead, he just gets athlete's foot. Dang it. At least I'm an athlete.
Right. Silver linings and everything.
You got it. Actually, silver is really good to get rid of scent. So you could put that in your shoe for athlete's foot. See, you're so smart.
You know, we're on a roll here.
Let's
man.
go, Caden.
Come on, big guy. Come on. Come on.
Yep.
Got it.
Nicely
Judges.
done. Yeah.
Right.
I think if he goes up to 310, I think that's a safe bet for him.
I would say so. I think it's going to really, I think he's probably got it. Just going to stay in that groove. Back to the top of the order now. Steve Del Rey for his third attempt squat. Bumping up 5 kilos. 10 kilo spread from first to second, 5 kilos from second to third. Pretty typical progression. On average, especially as we get up to these higher weights, easier or more common to see smaller differences between the second and third attempt squat. You see those smelling salts. Steve's getting a nose full. Get hyped up. Shout out to Obsidian Ammonia, one of our sponsors here today, supplying all of us.
The strongest smelling salts in the world. They will blow your face off. It's like a shotgun. I used to use it until I could not anymore because it just killed me. I'm like, I'm not even strong anymore. Why am I shoving this in my brain? Anyways, good stuff. Let's go, Steve.
Steve Del Rey at a Scory barbell.
Nicely done.
Yes, judges are going to like that.
3 whites for Steve. Alex wants 190 kilos. Weight stays the same. Spencer's on deck. Mike's in the hole. And Granville is 4 outs.
Form is ready. Getting cheered on.
Alex getting hyped up.
Good, solid pick. Takes his steps. You want to drive back into that barbell, coming out of the hole. Stays in it.
Judges say, nicely done. 3 weights. Hey, Jared, that board's looking pretty green there.
Don't do it.
It's looking pretty green. 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 It would be a shame if it went red.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because the commentator's curse, I've been informed, of the real thing.
We love to spice things up. Throw some paprika on that. Paprika. Wow, I can't speak anymore. I officially have gravy brain.
Still the sushi.
Let's go, Spencer.
210 kilos, 463 pounds. Oh, no, there's good catch, spotters.
Honestly, it was probably because Evanescence came on.
Everyone's
I think I'd miss my squat too. I'd be like, oh, all right, I'm done.
a little deja vu back to being 14.
In my head, I'd be failing. I'd be like, at least it's not AC/DC.
Amazing.
Should be illegal to play that at powerlifting meets anymore.
AC/DC or Evanescence?
AC/DC. Actually, both. Both should be illegal. All right, we got Mike coming up next. 230 kilos, 507 pounds. Granville's on deck. Luke is in the hole, and Alex is 4 lifters out.
$10-kilo jump from his second.
Stomping like a Clydesdale. Let's go, buddy.
Right. He took a 20-kilo jump from first to second. Smaller increment here.
Let's go.
That is too much.
Great attempt. Great catch, spotters.
He'll finish with a 220 successful squat.
Granville has a little chip on there, so it looks like is this a record at all or
It
no?
must be.
Yeah. There we go.
So for those of you following along at home, normally the minimum you can go up on a powerlifting attempt is 2.5 kilos, unless you're taking a shot at a record, in which case you can go up by a minimum of 0.5 kilos, which is what we have here.
And I generally like to say this every meet. Granville looks 20 years younger than his actual age.
He does.
Granville looks 25 years old, and this dude is killing it at every age. There we go, buddy. Ah, no
Well
problem.
done.
Yes, sir.
Especially coming back from an injury.
Oh, yeah. No problem at all.
Great job, Granville.
Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Love
He'll-
to see it.
He'll get checked out by a judge to make sure all of his equipment is up to spec. All lifters do go through an equipment check before the powerlifting meet begins, but after a successful record attempt, before they leave, they do a double check to make sure everything's all kosher.
Nicely done, buddy. Luke is our next lifter, 250 kilos, 551 pounds. Alex is on deck, and Matthew is in the hole.
All of our lifters squatting on a Cerberus squat bar. By the Strong, for the Strong. One of our sponsors here today. They've donated a squat bar as a prize as well for the raffles. Let's go, Luke. 250 on the bar again. Ooh, got forward a little bit into the hole. Battles back.
Nicely done.
Good job. Good lift.
I'm going to run to the booth very quickly and then run to the bathroom very quickly. I shall return.
That was great. Alex made a 5-kilo jump from his second to his third after a 15-kilo jump from his first to his second. A more conservative jump here, which is typically what we expect. This is a national record
There's
attempt.
only a couple more. I'll stay until, yeah.
Perfect.
I can't leave now.
No, for the national record attempt.
Just going to pee in the seat. Again.
255 kilos, 562.2 pounds.
Got a little misgroove there. Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it
Let's
back,
get
re-rack
you
it.
set up.
Ev-
Take your time.
Every lifter has 1 minute from the time platform ready or bar is loaded is called to get the start command or the squat command. He's taking that time. You need to bring back the mental focus and rally here.
Let's go, Alex.
See what Alex can do.
Let's go. Let's
He's
go.
got
Let's
to
go.
drive. He can do it.
What do the
He's
judges
the
say?
depth there. 2 to
Nicely
1, good
done.
lifts.
New record for Alex. Nicely done, my friend. Excellent job. We are going 265 kilos for Matthew, 584 pounds. Matthew Collado is our next lifter. Matthew Aubin is on deck. And Caden will be finishing out the flight with 310 kilos. Exactly what we thought he was going to hit on his third. Exactly what it looked like he kind of had left in the tank. I do hope he has more so he can smoke this.
Nose full of smelling salts before he comes out here. Might get another battle cry. Maybe not. Cold Fury.
Cold-blooded killer.
Let's go, Matthew.
There we go.
Just to drive that
Let's
back
go,
into
let's
it.
go.
Nope. Good job,
Great
spotter.
attempt. Nicely done. We are jumping to 272.5 for Matthew Aubin. He is retaking his second attempt. I assume this would be a record attempt again.
Yes.
Yep.
Two more third attempt squats in Flight A, then rolling right into Flight B for their squats.
Matthew's getting the pep talk from Justin. Basically, if you miss, you're out of the family. They're family for life. There's no way. Let's go, Matthew. Here we go. Get set. Matthew wants redemption here. Let's go, buddy. Drive it up. Drive it up. Drive it up.
Not there.
Great attempt.
So those knees can't come in. That probably was a strength issue
Great
today.
attempt, Matthew. He's got that on the next one for sure.
Yep.
The record's waiting. Peyton wants 310, 683 pounds. Rack height, the sky.
Platform ready for Caden Bushy. 310 kilos, 683. Come on.
Let's go,
Yeah,
Caden.
you got it.
Yes. Excellent. Got to stay. Yeah, buddy. 3 whites.
Yeah, buddy.
Beauty. All right. We're jumping right into Flight B. I will be right back. Right back.
I will hold it down with you. Alex Gaston Burns from Kaizen Tribe is going to be our first squat in Flight B. 175 kilos, 385.1 pounds. Rocking an SBD singlet, SBD Apparel, one of our premier sponsors here at Royal City Rumble 2, donating, I believe, a $600 gift card as a prize. Along with Inner Strength products, Ponsu Power, and more. Here's Alex. Another day at the office for him. Judges are going to like it. And we are off for Flight B. Josh Beal, another team's auto lifter with 195 kilos on the bar, 430 pounds. With the squats, it's an interesting thing. You'll see, we've already seen a bit of a spread in terms of how quickly the lifter drops down into the bottom of the hole, or on the bottom of the squat. With the squat, it's the only lift where you really get an unimpeded eccentric phase, the lowering phase. If you can catch that stretch, that pop out of the bottom, really helps you to power through the sticking and slowing points and allows you to move bigger weights. But it has to be a balance between speed and control. Here's Josh. Let's see what he does. Almost a pause in the hole. Rockets it up. That'll be good for an opener.
Hello, pal.
You're back.
I'm back.
Feeling better?
Andrew Din. Oh, I'm doing much better. Thank you. 2075 for Andrew Din, 457 pounds. Joshua's on deck. Ryan's in the hole, and Lance is 4 lifters out. Lance, I believe Lance and his son are competing today.
Fantastic. A
And
family affair.
And he has his booth set up here for Cerebus. Am I saying that right?
Cerberus.
Cerberus. I'm dyslexic.
The three-headed hound of hell.
Hey, what'd you call me?
Sorry. Back to Andrew.
Nicely done.
Very nice.
Andrew Din got it done. 3 whites. We're jumping up to 225 kilos for Josh Beaton.
Coming out of World Jim Barry. He's a junior competitor. Also between 2023.
Shout out World Gym. I'm World Gym Guelph. Shout out.
There you go.
$5 a week. Saunas are sick. People are cool.
I can't think of a more ringing endorsement.
I go at 6 in the morning, so I don't have to run into anybody. It's amazing.
That's what I did all through PT school.
Oh, I love it. You go at 4, you get like the nighttime freaks. It's the best.
Amazing. Joshua Beaton, 225 kilograms, 496 pounds for his opener. Good,
Nice,
solid
strong
there.
on rack. Sorry, I was reading your mouth as I was saying that too.
We're just so in sync now. Oh, that's a tough one
I
for Josh.
Hope he's okay. That looked very looked like a little twinge in the knee there, eh?
It could have been. Definitely not what you expect to see on an opener.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's all right, like you said. We'll have to see what he does, if anything. I mean, we might be looking at a scratch squat at some point on the third. There's not probably a whole lot as far as places to go for the next attempts. But we'll see.
Ryan's going 235. I know Ryan's been having some issues with his knees lately for a while now, and I think he's hopefully feeling good today. Training at a Scory barbell.
Ryan getting some encouragement from the crowd. Josh may be scratching his squat, but Ryan
Looked pretty good to me, my friend. Yes, sir. Big Lance, 529, 240 kilos. Bradley's on deck. Alexander's in the hole. Rodrigo, 4 lifters out.
Lance Lavalley, one of our Masters lifters, between 45 and 49. We've been having a lot of Masters lifters out between yesterday and today. Yesterday with the women, today with the men. Because powerlifting is, contrary to some popular belief, a sport that you can do for a long time, and you can also do it even if you start later.
Lance also is a strong man, and he's also a firefighter, and he saved my life before.
Actually,
Not the last part, but everything else is true.
pretty glowing resume. Let's go, Lance.
Oh, yeah.
Hip shift back out of the hole. Sometimes that can be a little tricky as the weights get up, because then the hips go back and the bar ends up out in front of you, and it's hard to come back. But Lance successful with that opener, 240.
Rodrigo in the hole in Ethan, 4 out. Bar is loaded for Bradley.
Bradley Nickel here, 245 kilos, 540 pounds. Quick steps on his walkout, taking his moment to find his center point. Just really driving those arms under the bar. And he's likely going to kick him forward.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Bradley nickel, but his squat's a dime. Wow. That was nice.
That was a really nice setup.
That was a beautiful squat. Probably one of my favorites today. Always appreciate a beautiful squat.
Alexander Bespalko will be next out. 250 kilos, 551.2 pounds. Bounces. Looks like Alexander's ready to go. I always enjoy watching the different temperaments of the lifters. You get some who are just like, they're focused, some who are just really chill, and Others who have the fire raging inside of them. Solid work from Alexander. 2-1, no lift.
Yeah. I think judges would say depth on that one.
Yeah.
We are jumping to Rodrigo, 255 kilos, 562 pounds. Training at a torque barbell. Shout out torque. Dan from Torque housed some of our merch in his gym back in 2017. I always like to give credit where credit is due for helping grow bacon and barbells along the way. So thank you, Dan. Strong team, strong gym. Love to see it. Rodrigo looking mighty fine in that singlet. He was showing me off that singlet the other day. Yesterday.
Driving.
Yeah.
Well done, Rodrigo.
Nicely done. Beautiful. 3 whites, no problem.
2 more openers here in Flight B.
That's so funny. I don't know if you saw Randy, the head judge. She goes up to, she pulls Rodrigo aside. She goes, your ear's bleeding. He goes, that's okay.
Amazing. To have the composure to just wave off some ear bleeding.
We have Ethan as our next lifter, 257.5 kilos. And after that, we have my big friend Bruno. I'm the most excited. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Ethan is a junior lifter, 17 to 19 age group. 257.5 kilograms.
That's a great squat for that age. That's unbelievable. I don't even have memories from that age.
No.
And this kid's squatting a house. So we're opening with a 771 national record attempt. Yeah, buddy. Tabarnak.
In Quebec, Bruno Boucher.
I'm gonna flip this table. I'm so excited. I want to start doing like pull-ups off the roof or something.
Please don't. My laptop is on this table.
Yeah, I won't.
Great.
I won't ruin your day too.
Thank you.
That'd be too selfish of me. Oh, let's go, Bruno. Look at that. Calm, collected. He can do this in his sleep.
Let's go, Bruno. You can feel the energy. The crowd is here behind Bruno as he opens up with a national record. Solid pick.
There we go. Get yourself
You
settled.
want that bar really tight in. Holy smokes.
Got to say, 3 whites. Beauty.
Congrats, Bruno.
I've been crushing a record on your first.
Pretty strong start to the day, if I do say so myself. We're back to the top of the order for the second attempt, beginning with Alex Gaston Burns.
At the last event, we had a lifter with a hyphenated last name, and we were trying to figure out the nationalities, and the mom was actually on the live stream. So we had this whole scenario of this person we made up. They were actually like a spy from Germany, and they had, it was ridiculous. And the mom was on the live stream and cleared everything up, but she absolutely loved it.
Good.
So Gaston Burns, we're just going to assume you're French, and oui.
Let's go, Alex. 185 kilos, 408 pounds.
Tabarnak, let's go.
Room to spare.
Nicely
Not a bad place to be.
Josh Beals, our next lifter, 210 kilos. Andrew is on deck. Joshua's in the hole. Ryan is 4 lifters out.
Alex went up 10 kilos for a second. With how that moved, I wouldn't be surprised to see even a 12.5 kilo jump.
Are you able to scroll up and see what Bruno 365?
365.
Okay. So that's 810. No, that's more than 810. 828.
Sounds about right. It's in the ballpark.
I'm just guessing.
Josh Beal here. 210 kilos, 463 pounds from Team Zottel. This is a 15 kilo increase from his opener.
Yes, sir.
He's fighting for it.
Nicely done.
What would you do in that situation?
I'd probably spread my knees out, try to get myself back up.
Oh, you'd stand up with it.
I would try.
Yeah.
I would definitely try.
Always a good objective. As far as what you'd call for your third, would you go for a third? And if so, what would you put?
I would always go for my third. I don't think I ever played it. I definitely played it safe, but I would always take a third attempt. I would never want to leave a what if.
There. You'd probably see at most a 5 kilo jump. I wouldn't be surprised to see 212. Andrew Din. 215 kilos, 474 pounds for his second.
Taking a 7.5 increase from his last. Looks strong from the start.
Not there. Oh, stay with the bar. Everyone okay?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Everyone, we're going to check on Andrew.
Kevin's got a great butt.
Sometimes things can get a little exciting. First and foremost, we're making sure the safety of the lifter and the platform crew is intact.
He is fine. He's responsive. Everything's good. I think he's a little shocked as well. Sitting up, everybody's good. Everybody's healthy.
Absolutely.
Yep. We're good, guys. Everybody's good.
All good. Copy for Andrew. Glad he's doing okay. Also for the platform crew.
Yep. Very reactive. Great job, guys. I hope everyone's okay. That's a tough spot to be in. I mean, especially when stuff like that happens in freak accidents. You can't really save yourself, and you can't really let anyone know that it's about to happen. You know, it's kind of the worst case scenario. But luckily, everyone was paying attention, and you know, I think everyone's okay.
Yep.
There's a time to be serious, and it's now.
It's right now. Joshua Beaton is going to be coming out next. 230 kilos for our junior lifter, 2023 age group, 507 pounds. Repping World Gym Barry. Getting some back slaps. He jumped 5 kilos from his opener. Pretty conservative call. I can't quite recall how that opener moved, but presumably.
Great calves, though.
Great calves. Looking to just add to the total, and that might be
go,
there.
let's
If he
go.
can stay under. Fought through it. 2-1, no lift, though. Got to be on depth.
He's looking like he's having a little issue with that knee. It's hard to tell what it is, but
He may rally.
247.5 for Ryan, 545 pounds. Alexander's on deck. Bradley's in the hole, and Lance is 4 lifters out.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Josh scratch a third, but he may come back and try to take that on one more time. Here comes Ryan. Yes, Josh will retake it. You'll notice that the uprights of the power rack are in to give a bit more space for our lifters who need their hands on the bar a little wider.
Nice and low. He's got
Good
it.
job.
Nicely done, Ryan.
Good luck for Ryan. Alexander going to be rallying after his missed opener at 250. He's taking the same weight again. It's 551.2 pounds. Driving.
That looks much better.
Indeed.
That's a good lift. 2-1. I know we've been shouting out everybody, but nobody has shouted out you for your awesome job all weekend doing this. You've been amazing. I don't even think you've taken a break.
I have not.
You're
I appreciate it,
amazing.
man. Thank you. Honestly,
You're
it's been
crushing this, and it's so great having such a great dynamic with you.
I agree, man. Thank you very much for the kind words. Honored to be here. Having a great time. Really hoping that the lifters, when they come back and watch this, they can feel special because they've trained hard. They're showing out today.
And you're deflecting off of you. I'm still trying to go on you.
I'll take it. I'm gonna accept the compliment, and I'm very grateful for it.
You've been doing a great job, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
It's all a community effort. This meet has been fantastic to be a part of,
Absolutely.
as always.
Couldn't agree more. Here's Bradley Nickel, 255, 562.2 pounds.
This guy's not going to nickel and dime. Think about it, that's all I got in change puns.
That's a good change quota, though. You know.
There we go. Get yourself set.
Kind of
Kind of looks like you could just sit there all day and do it.
Yeah.
Didn't seem too phased.
Little head shake might be telling.
That's a beautiful squat, man.
Not
wow.
gonna matter too much.
There's so much power in that squat.
Oh, that was great to see.
It's like watching Shark Week.
Wasn't sure how that was going to go. You can tell they're tells, just the body language, head shake. It could have been focusing, but I thought that was, I don't like how this feels.
Yeah.
And the longer you stand with that bar on your back, it takes a toll. But didn't seem to matter too much for Bradley. Lance Lavalley here, 257.5 kilos, 568 pounds from Gorilla Farm. Yeah, definitely had some pop on that on-rack. Finds it here. Oh, not quite.
Great attempt, Lance. Come back on your third.
Again, great catch by the platform crew here.
265 kilos for Ethan, 584 pounds. Ethan's a junior. Boy, is he strong. Rodrigo's on deck. Bruno's in the hole, and we are on to third attempts for the PM session. This is flight B, right? Yeah.
This is flight B. I'm almost positive we saw Ethan competing this morning.
Really? Was he bench only?
I'll have to go back and check.
Maybe it was Christos.
No, there was Rashid representing Rashid Powerlifting. But here's Ethan right here and now for his record attempt at 265.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, stay with it.
That looks good. Nicely done.
There is. Well done, Ethan.
57.5 for Rodrigo, 589 pounds. Then we're taking almost a 100-kilo jump for Bruno.
Incredible.
97.5 pound or kilo jump.
That's just nuts. Alistair getting the crowd hyped up here for Rodrigo.
Let's go, Rod.
2 more second attempt squats here for Flight B. Let's go, Rodrigo.
Strong stance, looking confident.
12.5 kilo jump from attempt 1.
There it is, no
He's
problem.
good for it. Wanted to kick him forward. He didn't let it. He said, not today.
Nicely done, Rodrigo. 3 whites.
Your boy comes in out now.
We are throwing every plate possible on there.
Plates provided by Hansu Power, a premier sponsor here at Royal City Rumble 2. We need them.
804 for Bruno, the Butcher. I've done an 800-pound squat. Don't laugh at me. You know that's not true.
We could fact
You're
check
allowed to
that
laugh.
later.
Please don't. Dang, this new fact-checking world.
Brave New World, Jordan.
Dang it. I'm not prepared for it.
Oh, times have changed, but I'll tell you what. I am excited to see Bruno squat 805.
Let's go, Bruno.
Come on, buddy.
There we go, buddy. Get
Come
yourself set up.
on.
Lots of time. Let's go, Bruno. There we go. Take your time, get settled.
Yes, sir.
The big head shake. 3 white. Yes. Yes.
To squat
He's
805.
happy. He's ready.
To squat 805 is one thing. To squat it that well on a second is another.
You're talking about squatting 805, and I'm stuck on squatting 508.
I mean, you and me both. I'm just imagining what it's like to be under 800 pounds. Let's see what Bruno puts in. I wouldn't be surprised to see another 10 on there.
That was 365, right?
That was 365.
I'd say 380.
377.5 is the
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
12 and a half.
Everyone at SSI Performance biting their nails right now. Don't worry, me too, guys.
Don't leave your screen. You're going to want to stay tuned to see how these third attempt squats play out. Alex Gaston Burns
Oui, oui. Gentil Buffon.
jumping 15 kilos, which I think is what we called after a 10-kilo jump from first to second. Bigger spread on a second. Sometimes that happens. You get the first one under your belt. You get your second, and you know how you're feeling. Here he goes.
Get it.
He's got it.
Yep. It's a little step. I don't know if that's going to have an effect or...
Yes, it will.
Yeah, there was a little... if you didn't catch that, there was a little foot movement on the way up. That's unfortunately a disqualification. The foot has to stay planted. And, yeah, came across as a no lift. Andrew is, I believe Andrew's scratching this one. He's okay, but he's obviously, I think, probably just going to sit this out, probably for the rest of the meet. Don't know yet, but Josh will be the next lifter. They're going to let this time run out.
Always a very sportsman or sportswoman-like move to
Josh Beal will be the next lifter. Joshua Beaton is on deck. Alexander's in the hole.
If you are going to scratch an attempt that is not come out and actually try to take the weight, it does help to let the clock run out. You can let the platform crew know you're not going to take it so they can get the bar ready, but it gives your fellow competitors that extra minute to rest and recover, keeps the pacing of the flight the same too.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Garrett's looking for applause there. So, yeah, great job, spotters and loaders. Everyone's been doing a killer job today. It's arguably the hardest job of the event and obviously the most physical. But we couldn't do it without you guys. So it's great that we got you guys all outfitted. And, yeah, it's like the least we can do to make this meet run well.
Absolutely. Catalano Events, Sarah and Francesco have put together a fantastic meet day crew to make this event a reality.
Shout out to Scorybreck Barbell, Obsidian Ammonia, SBD, Hansu Power, Barbell Rescues, just a couple of our sponsors here today. We have Josh ready to take this next lift.
Little hesitant, it looked like, on the descent there.
All right. So Joshua Beaton is scratching his third attempt. We will continue to run the clock for the next 50 seconds as the spotters and loaders get the next attempt for Alexander ready. And as Jared was just saying, this just allows the meet to continue its normal pace and allows the competitors some extra time just to get themselves composed and ready for their attempts.
Especially when we're talking about moving these weights.
Yep.
Anywhere from 500 to 800 plus pounds.
Yeah.
The time to rest and recover is greatly appreciated.
Well, I was talking to Bruno earlier, and that was one of the worries he had for this meet was while the meet was running very efficient yesterday, it was running very fast for somebody who needs a little bit more time to do these attempts. So he was saying that he was worried today that one of the things might be a really fast meet, but I don't think it's having an effect on him at all.
Doesn't
Honestly,
look so far.
I'm going to get him to take my roof off when we get home.
For real.
Yeah. Move my house a few inches.
Alexander Bespalko, 255 kilos, 562.2 pounds. Suslav Nikolai looks like the coach in Alexander's corner. Drive, come on, he's got it.
That's a good lift.
Light lights.
Lance wants a national record attempt, 567 pounds, 257.5 kilos. Ryan is on deck, Bradley's in the hole, and Ethan is 4 out. Wow, it's so hard to say what you're saying when you know the MC is going to say exactly what you just said.
I was going to say, it's almost like you've MC'd a bunch of meets.
Almost. I try not to forget. Like Harambe, never forget.
Never forget Harambe.
This meet is dedicated to Harambe. We miss you.
I will say that is my favorite part of our dynamic is the clutch pop culture references along with the ease. Lance Lavalley may not have an easy attempt here, but he's going to give it his all, reattempting 257.5 from his second, the national record attempt. Right, not there. Good catch, spotter.
Great attempt, Lance.
He'll finish with 240 for his squat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 5 squats left today. 5 final squats.
Our heaviest squats yet in this flight / scene today and in this meet happen right now. Ryan Rogers at a Scory Breck barbell. Here's 260.
Let's go, Ryan. Strong, confident step. There we go.
One of our submaster lifters in the 35 to 39 age group. Oh, he's getting pitched forward.
It looks good. He's going with it. He's going.
Yes, he stands up. Judges. We'll give it to him.
It almost looked like if there was a fly that landed on the bar, it wouldn't have gone up.
Would have been.
He picked that number perfectly.
That was all that was there.
Yep.
For his squat today.
Nothing more rewarding than that. Being like, if I went 2.5 kilos more, I might have missed it. If I went less, I knew I would have had 2.5 more. It was a perfect number.
Always part of the challenge, trying to find what you have on the day and put it on the bar in the right context. It can be difficult.
That's right.
We're going up 5 kilos on the bar for Bradley Nickel. The 265 kilos, 584.2 pounds. This is a 10-kilo jump. He made a 10-kilo jump from 1 to 2, 10 kilo from 2 to 3.
If you're ever wanting to get into lifting and you want a technically proficient, beautiful technique, I would study this squat. It's quite nice. Strong, powerful, great power out of the hole. He's not confident in this, but he's strong.
Come on, Brad.
Yes.
Beautiful,
My
just like we
God.
thought. After a very smooth
Nicely done.
second attempt, he comes back and does the same on his third with more in the tank. He'll carry that with him into his deadlifts for sure.
589 pounds for Ethan, 267.5. Rodrigo's on deck. Bruno will be finishing off 377.5.
National record attempt for Ethan Rashid from Rashid Powerlifting. The young gun, 17 to 19, like Alistair just said. 267.5 kilos, 590 pounds. Let's go, Ethan. Stay with it. Yeah.
Jeez, that boy is built different, man. Yes, sir.
Sure is.
That guy can protect my house any day.
Agreed.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear. That was a great squat. For a junior, unbelievable. Swearing was worth it.
Worth it.
All right, Rodrigo wants 277.5, 611 pounds. If you couldn't hear Alistair in the background, after these two squats, we'll be taking a 15-minute break to tear down the squats and set up for the bench press.
Speaking of energy, Rain is one of our sponsors, keeping everybody caffeinated and energized, along with Obsidian Ammonia. Here comes Rodrigo, 277.5 kilos, 612 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, from Torque Powerlifting.
We tried to get meth, but they couldn't be here today, so we had to settle for rain. Let's go, Rod.
Let's go.
Make me proud, son. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Fight it.
No.
Oh.
Great fight. Good job,
Nicely
spotters.
done. Great catch. Yeah, that was falling forward.
Yeah,
That's gonna stretch the back. Go get some Cairo, buddy. Nicely done.
absolutely.
Whoa.
Kinetic Cleanse, one of our other sponsors, might be a stop there. Kinetic Cleanse donating some free treatments as prizes for the lifters.
Hey, do you think if anyone has a sore back in Egypt, they would go see a Cairo?
Where's the last track? There it is.
Yes.
As if on cue.
Anybody listening, those were real authentic laughs.
100%. And by that, I mean not at all.
I'll go back to reading my sheet. All right. SBD is providing $500 top lifter prizes and $25 gift cards to be given out of the raffle. We've got Inner Strength gift cards providing $650 in gift cards for 13 raffles. And we got the big boy, Bruno, 832 pounds, 377.5 kilos, national record attempts, Tabernac, let's go.
Bruno the Butcher
Strong on
Boucher.
rack.
The pride of Quebec. Come on,
Let's
buddy.
go.
Yeah. He's happy with that one. And
Get that.
so are the
Oh.
judges.
Get that boy a poutine, Tabernacle. Let's go. Yes. Putting
Yes,
South Shore
sir.
Iron on the map. Let's go. The beautiful SWAT. We'll be taking a 15-minute break. We'll be tearing down for SWATs, setting back up for bench press. If you're in the building, which would be weird for you to be in the building and watch this, come check out the vendors. If you're not, just check them out anyways.
Jordan, how are we feeling after those spots, man?
I'm hyped.
Same
I'm gonna
here.
go. I'm gonna go do pull-ups over the ceiling or something.
As you
Or
should.
go run around the building. I don't know.
If you're excited, then stay tuned. There's a lot more excitement to be had. Once again, my name is Jared Maynard,
I'm Jordan Moffat.
and we will be back in about 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And we are back heading into bench press for the afternoon heavyweight session here at the Royal City Rumble 2, brought to you by Catalano Events. My name is Jared Maynard.
My name is Jordan Moffat.
And we are going to be holding it down with you here on the mic, bringing you the action live. Jordan, what did we think about the squats this afternoon?
I think it was well calculated. I think everybody did the down and the up, and that's what it's all about.
The down and the up. And we're going to look to do the same thing here.
You know, this sport is really about gravity, my friend.
Lifts in heavy circles. Alex McDonald.
Couldn't simplify it anymore, eh?
No.
I love it. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Alex McDonald is going to open us up here at the bench presses for Flight A. 95 kilos, 209.4 pounds on the bar.
Nicely done. No problem at all.
No issues. If you're joining us and you're newer to powerlifting, the bench press has 3 commands. The most commands out of all of the lifts. Start, press, and rack is what you might be able to hear the chief or the head judge giving the lifters. It also has the most possible infractions, most rules to abide by. Steve Del Rey. Nope, Spencer Thurston. A little hiccup on our live lifting cast display there. Spencer Thurston, 105 kilos, 231.5 pounds. Masters athlete performance. Coached by Carly McInnes. Spencer's a junior in the 2023 age group.
Nicely done. Steve Del Rey wants up 120 kilos, 264 pounds. Mike is on deck. Alex is in the hole, and Luke is 4 lifters out. Again, thank you to Catalano Events for running this meet. We're on day 2, brought to you by A7, Obsidian Ammonia, Scory Brick Barbell, Protein Meals, Popeyes, Barbell Rescue, and so many more. Steve is our next lifter, 120 kilos, 264 pounds.
Coming out of Scory Brick Barbell. Scory Brick representing all throughout the athletes and the meet day staff.
Yeah, they got a stacked lineup today. Textbook.
Very clean.
That's a good lift. Nicely done.
Going back to those commands as we get ready for Mike Ochterlony. Once the lifter gets into position, you might see a mix between a handoff from one of the platform crew or a self liftoff. They assume the start position, butt, shoulders, all in, and head on contact with the bench. Feet planted on the floor. Once they get the start command, they cannot change that position. Bring it down to their chest, pause it for a moment until they get the press command, and bring it back up to the start. Fully locked out elbows, butt cannot come up off the bench, can't have downward motion, cannot make contact with the underside of the bench for supports, can't use the hooks or the rack for support on the way up. Here's Mike with 130 kilos.
Can't have any fun.
No fun. But you get to lie down.
That's true.
Mike rocketing that one up, and the judges are going to like it.
3 whites. Nicely done. Alex Iarello out of Torque Barbell, 132.5 kilos, 292 pounds. Luke is on deck. Matthews in the hole at Granville. 4 lifters out.
Ooh, good fight. Pushing through that little sticky lockout there. Get a lot of tricep strength. The bench ends up being quite a technical lift. I mean, there's technique obviously involved in all of them, but
Well, as you were saying before, that's the most amount of commands, right?
absolutely.
You got to be, you know, if you're used to the only two, you got to really pay attention to the third and make sure you're following everything to a T, because some lifters do get, you know, a little hyped up, whatever, and sometimes just it sometimes passes by them. You can't afford to make a mistake like that if you're a competitive person.
Exactly. As you're looking to build your total and do the best that you can, you want to make as many of these attempts as possible. Just like Luke is going to be shooting for here at 142.5 kilos, 314.2 pounds. Easy work of that.
It didn't turn into chapstick. I touched a baby during the break, and I'm wondering if I should wash my hands or something.
It would have been good before touching the baby, but
Yeah. Maybe it'll just boost my immune system.
Jordan out here doing the PR for Bacon and Barbells Co. Shaking hands and kissing babies.
That's right. Get sick. I'm not even running for president. All right, we got sorry, go.
President of our hearts, though, Jordan.
Oh, I was good. You're the best.
I try. Matthew Colato here, 147.5 kilos, 325 pounds. Slow and controlled descent.
Yeah, nice and controlled.
Plenty of
Beauty.
speed. That descent speed, it's always interesting for me to see how these lifters select that. Obviously, we have to bring the bar to a pause on the chest to get the press command and then continue. You want to try to find this mix between control on the way down so you can stay in the groove, you don't lose tension, your chest doesn't fall down. If any of those things happen or you get the bar out towards your feet or too far to your head, hard to recover. But you want to conserve energy too. You'll see a range of bar speeds here. Really going to impact second and third attempts. Granville Mayers, national record attempt, 157.5 kilos, 347 pounds. You're saying Granville is a staple.
Yep.
Oh,
Love to see it. No problem. Yes,
Lift.
sir.
In case you caught that, Alistair, the MC today, directing all of our lifters, if they make a successful national record attempt, to check in with the judge before they leave the platform. Everyone has done an equipment check before the meet begins, but with each successful record, want to make sure that the equipment is still up to snuff.
Yeah, no medieval chainmail under there or something. We want to make sure everyone's clean.
Can you imagine a chainmail bench shirt?
I'd love it.
Why is he jingling? It's the chainmail.
Why is he jingling? There's nothing under there. You're crazy.
It's gaslight.
You just gaslight everybody. I love it.
Mathieu Aubin. $170 kilos, 375 pounds for his opening bench.
Nicely done.
Not the most speed we've ever seen on an opener, but that looks pretty smooth.
No. It's a no lift.
No lift, though. Did you catch what that was for?
Not sure, no. We're in 185 for Caden, 407 pounds. And that'll take us to the top of flight A, second attempt bench.
Curious to see what Matthew puts in here. He's going to retake 170. Smart call. We want to get on the board. We need a successful attempt in all three lifts to post a total and be in the runnings for any placings.
And the cool runnings.
The cool runnings. Feel the rhythm.
I guess it no Eggmans.
Sanka, you did?
Yeah, man.
Great movie. Back to Caden. 185 kilos.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Nicely done. 3 weights. We are jumping back to the top. Second attempt bench. Alex is our lifter. 107.5 kilos, 237 pounds on the dot. Spencer is up next. Steve is on deck, and Mike is 4 lifters out. You have to remove 1 lift from the event. What would it be and why?
It's still the same answer for me as yesterday. It's
Yeah.
bench because I want bench to love me as much as I love it.
Yep.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm working on it.
Yep. I think I'd keep it just so you could lay down a bunch.
It's a nice little rest.
Yes.
Alex McDonald for bench 2. Hundo 7.5 kilos. He's gone up 12.5 kilos from his opener. And that's about what I'd expect to see on a second. I'd expect a smaller increase on his third. Maybe 2.5 would be conservative. I could see an argument for 5.
Bars jumping 7.5 kilos to 115 for Spencer. Jumping up 10 kilos from his last attempt. Steve is on deck. Mike is in the hole, and Alex is 4 lifters out.
Alex has made the 5-kilo jump. Spencer, Master Athlete Performance Lifter. Master Athlete Performance, one of our sponsors today.
Nicely done. 3 whites across the board. Looks good. Steve wants 286 pounds, 130 kilos.
10-kilo jump for Steve from first to second. Pretty common jump interval or increment here on benches.
A lot of lifters will be fighting for that top lifter prize today. There are tons of prizes being given away. $500 gift card from SBD, $500 cash from Master Athletic Performance, $500 from Scoreback Barbell, and more. Huge day, my friend. Huge day. Steve wants 286 pounds.
Going for the self-on rack.
Strong, independent woman. Prove me wrong, Steve.
Let's go, Steve.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I would have felt so guilty if he missed. 3 whites across the board for Steve.
Yeah, buddy.
Mike wants. It never gets old.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Mike wants 303 pounds, 137.5 kilos. Alex is on deck. Luke is in the hole, and Matthew, 4 lifters out.
Platform's ready. Here comes Mike. You'll notice chalk on the upper back and the traps of many of these lifters help to increase the grip on the bench as they set themselves up so they don't lose position. You really need to keep that tension in order to actually put force into the bar, especially as we get up towards the top end. Just like Mike is doing there. Fighting through that top end.
3 whites on the board. It's looking good.
Good lift for Mike. That might be a 2.5 to 5 kilo increment. I'd probably go personally on the more conservative side, but we'll see what he puts in here.
Alex wants 140 kilos, 308 pounds. Frizzy hair looking like he just got electrocuted. Let's go.
He'll seek to electrify the crowd
Heck
with a
yeah.
140 attempt. Bench 2. Fighting, not there. Good job, spotter.
Nice try, my friend. We are jumping we are jumping to 152.5 for Luke, 336 pounds.
A 10-kilo increase in this first.
Trained by Adam Katz out of Katz's Deli. Shout out Adam Katz. Great lifter as well.
Alex is going to retake 140 when we come back to thirds.
Let's do it, Alex. Luke's doing a 10-kilo jump from his last attempt. Matthew's on deck. Matthew Aubin is in the hole. Granville's 4 out.
Good job. Judges, you're going to like it.
Smooth operator.
You can really see for Luke's setup there. He pulls himself into that arch. Many of you at home have noticed that arch, and if you're newer to powerlifting, that might look a little strange. But that really does a lot in terms of putting the shoulders into a safer and stronger position. It does help to reduce the range of motion, and that's all within the rules of powerlifting here. So Winter's going to use it to their advantage. Matthew Collado, 160 kilos for our junior competitor, 20 to 23 age group, 353 pounds for his second. Up 12.5 kilos. He looks like he's built to bench.
Oh, yeah. He's figured that one out.
Sure has.
3 whites across the board there.
As
We are
a
jumping to 170 for Matthew.
As a long arm lifter, I can't relate to being built to bench, but I still work at it.
Matthew has unfortunately missed his last 3 attempts from squat 2, squat 3, and bench 1. So hoping he can kind of recoup, get this together, get on the board, and then just send it for deadlifts.
That can be a really tough position to come back from mentally and energetically.
Yep, for sure. We're having a little, I think powerlifters are trying to do some math, or...
It's always a dicey proposition.
Yeah.
Mostly speaking of myself as I make that joke.
Oh, the kilo to pound conversion is ancient math. It's like hieroglyphics to me. I just double it and add something.
There you go. Yeah,
It's kind of like the temperature.
it's 2 and change, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's kind of how everything works. Like gallons to liters does not work, actually. Never mind.
Never mind.
Gonna
Gonna walk that one back.
Horrible example. How many powerlifters does it take to set up a bench press?
Answer, yes. We make jokes, but we love our platform crew. The entire Meet Day crew making the Royal City Rumble possible.
Hear it. Hardest worker in the room.
And he makes sure you know it.
Sorry, hardest sleeper in the room. Sorry. I got my words confused.
Mathieu Aubin, 170 kilos.
Let's go, Matthew. Let's blow this up. Let's go, Matthew.
That's
It
it.
looks like no technicalities there. Don't see any issue there.
I didn't see it.
There we go.
There we go.
See, I'm not sure why he didn't get that on his first. I really don't, because that looked identical.
I'm not sure either, and this is always where there is some differences between what the judges can see. We do have 2 side judges and 1 head. Their seats are the best in the house. A little different from what our view is. Mostly just happy for Mathieu getting that second attempt. He is in the meet still, and he'll look to build on that. With an 11.5 kilo jump, he's going to be going for a record on his third.
Let's go, Granville.
175 kilos.
Yep.
Well,
Could have done that in his sleep.
He really could have.
Great job, Granville. 6 for 6. Or sorry, 5 for 5. That's what we like to see.
And the bar is
Hayden Bushy here at 200 kilos, 441 pounds. Seven and a half
Let's
kilo.
go. Let's go, Kahi. Come on. Great attempt. I hope he can come back on his third and get that. It looked like the strength is there. It looked like it was a little bit, out of groove.
For sure.
We are back to the top of third attempt bench for Flight A. We are at 112.5 kilos for Alex, 248 pounds. Spencer's on deck, Steve's in the hole, and Alex is 4 lifters out.
Alex will be going up 5 kilos from his second.
Imagine squatting and then looking out into the crowd and just seeing all these faces of you. That's trippy. Let's hope he's not on mushrooms.
Come on, let's go fight for it. Nope.
There's a no lift for Alex. Are we going up 10 kilos? 122.5 for Spencer. Steve is on deck. Alex is in the hole. Mike is 4 lifters out.
There's a 7.5 kilo increase from his second attempt. He jumped 10 kilos from 1 to 2. So we're narrowing that spread here.
Let's see if he has a thirst for victory.
Well done.
I love this song. This brings me back to the early 90s.
Loving it. Catalano Events with a great playlist. And here goes Spencer. Driving. No.
Great catch, spotters. Good to let him really let that go.
Yep.
Nothing worse than an early grabber.
It's true.
I competed a long time ago in New Jersey in 2015. And I had, I can't remember the weight, it was like 600 pounds or something, but the spotter behind me completely grabbed my chest, completely grabbed everything. And I felt like he literally did 30% of the work. Jeez. Anyways, I got 3 whites and I never complained. Never complained in my life. I told everybody that happened, but
sometimes you just take the gifts the lifting God give you.
Yeah.
Steve Del Rey from Scorybreck, 137.5 kilos, 303 pounds. Slow and controlled on the way down.
Looks good. Nicely done, Steve. 2 to 1. You're going 308 pounds for Alex, 140 kilos. Mike is on deck. Luke is in the hole. And Matthew Collado, 4 lifters out.
Alex here retaking 140 after missing it on a second.
Let's go, Alex.
Just 7.5 kilos up from his first. Missed attempts do take a lot out of you, so he'll want to rally and really focus in here. Junior lifter. Competing both the junior and open categories, actually.
All the way back.
Come on.
Great attempt, buddy. Great spot. Or great squat. Sorry, great spots. Wow. Long day.
Long day.
Up 2.5 kilos for Mike. We're going 142.5. 314 pounds. Luke is on deck. Matthew Collado is in the hole. And Matthew Aubin, 4 out.
Pretty typical bench spread here for Mike. He went 7.5 from 1 to 2, and he's going 5 from 2 to 3.
Matthews jumped up 11.5 kilos, meaning he's taking a record attempt for his bench, which is great to see. even after he missed that first, he's still able to go for a record on his third. It's pretty clutch, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Mike Ochterlony.
Driving. Nope. Good job, spotters. Statistically, the third attempt bench press is the most missed lift. We are seeing that playing out in real time. All these men are doing their darndest. And we applaud them for it. Sometimes it's just really difficult to make the right call. And in retrospect, I mean, shoot, sitting at the live stream table, always easy to quarterback. It's a little bit different when you're in the heat of the moment, but this is where experience really comes into play, both as a lifter and a coach. The more you can compete, the easier it is to make these calls. Here's Luke Capstick, 160 kilos, 353 pounds.
What are your thoughts on the bicep curl for powerlifting?
Used to be one of the lifts, one of the odd lifts, which is part of the history of how powerlifting as a sport came to be. I'd like to see it come back.
Wasn't there a continental clean and jerk as well?
It was.
Lift it on your belt, and then you lift it up over your head. And
Yes,
I would
sir.
love to see some of the odd lifts.
As would I.
Thunderdome,
Thunderdome.
Let's
More
do
ideas
this.
for Thunderdome.
blown biceps. You'll be seeing that all day, every day. It'd be sound like a pair of jeans ripping in half.
Enter the dome if you dare.
Enter the dome, leave. I don't know. I got nothing.
We'll work on that closing tag.
We need a marketing team. DM us. Thunderdome@gmail.com.
There you go. We will make that email account right now. But Matthew Collado here with 170, 375 pounds. Team's auto lifter.
Having a good day today. 4-5.
Bumping up 10 kilos from a second. Getting the encouragement from the coach.
Yeah, you have to make a lift when Zotto yells at you. It's illegal not to. Let's go. Let's go.
Nope.
Great attempt.
Platform,
Just a little too much.
no bad. Platform crew earning their salt today, and we appreciate them for it.
I always thought like the best vendors for these events would be like Aleve, Tylenol, like a liniment company, Icy Hot. You know what I mean? They would just make a killing here.
You're not wrong.
Or like
all.
an equestrian store, you can buy a lot of those stuff, like the liniments and stuff. It's like set up here, man.
There's a niche for you.
Oh yeah! Instead of winning a barbell, you win a lifetime supply of baby aspirin.
Dinged up powerlifters would love that as a gift.
Let's go, Matthew. Getting hyped up. It's going 400 pounds, 181.5, national record attempt. We've got Teams Auto behind him. Let's go, Matthew.
Come on, buddy.
Let's go, Matthew. Come on. All the way back. Oh, shit. Great catch. Great attempt.
Yep.
He's going to come back and smoke that. Going up 1 kilo, 182.5 for Granville, 402 pounds. This is also a national record attempt.
Pretty even jumps for Granville. Or don't check that. He went up 17 and a half from 1 to 2. 7 and a half from 2 to 3. He's got it.
Nicely done. Yes, sir.
I think I'm steadily becoming a Granville fan.
Fanville?
Fanville. Especially seeing, Garrett said it, in a few of the sessions this weekend, but Masters athletes, they have a uncanny ability, or in general, to really grind out and even surprise you of what they have in the tank. It's hard to judge based on speed alone.
I think it's because they understand how difficult life is. So they're just like, this is easy. Kids are like, oh my God, this is the hardest thing in my world right now.
I think there's truth to that. And I also think that the Masters athletes typically are going to have a really good understanding of their body, what they can do.
Yeah.
And maybe it comes down to a focus on technique. But first, Caden Bushy, 200 kilos. Taking it again, but unfortunately
Great
not
attempt,
there.
Caden. Still got the first, still in the meet. No issues. Come back and smoke the deadlift. We are jumping right into flight B, no breaks. After this, the 3 attempts of this, we'll be taking a small tear down just to get the bench removed, deadlift platform set up, and that'll be the last session for the day.
I think because we've been talking about it, I'm going to have an internal Ronnie Coleman soundboard now throughout my day, and my days are just going to become that much more hype.
There we go. How about that?
Nice. Alex Gaston Burns opening at 115.
Let's go. 253 pounds. Kaizen Tribe, the gym.
Easy money.
Nicely done.
Oh.
3 whites across the board. Josh wants 127.5. Rodrigo is on deck. Ethan is in the hole. And Ryan Rogers is 4 lifters out.
Here on the bench press, the lifters are moving a Hansu Power Bar. Hansu Power, one of our premier sponsors here at Royal City Rumble 2, decking us out in the warm-up room and on the platform with plates and the bar, and donating 2 power bars as raffle prizes.
Love it. Great company.
Absolutely.
Great equipment.
Here's Josh Beal, 127.5 kilos, 281 pounds.
Explosive. Nicely done.
Yep, smooth, may not.
Interesting. I'm not
Shoot.
sure what that was for. Maybe jump the commands, maybe?
Could
Or
have been. I wasn't personally
yeah.
paying attention to those commands, as I should have been, as all lifters need to be here.
I think there was a heave.
Heaving, for those of you who may not know, is when there's a bar,
I think.
when the bar settles on the chest and the lifter gets the press command. If there's any more downward motion, settling of the bar further into the chest to then drive that and help the ascent, that is not allowed. It can sink into the chest before the press command, but it can't do it afterwards. Rodrigo Arias here, 130 kilos, 287 pounds. Torque powerlifting.
Torque, let's go. Strongest gym in Toronto.
Easy money for Rodrigo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Ethan wants 292 pounds, 132.5 kilos. Ryan is on deck. Andrew is in the hole. Is Andrew, do we know if Andrew's back in?
I don't know personally yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping so, but we will see.
We're pulling for the homie.
We absolutely are.
Josh Beaton will be our 4th lifter out. Ethan is our lifter now, 132.5 kilos. Ethan's having a great day so far. 4 for 4. Ryan also having a great day. 140 kilos, 308 pounds. I was talking to Ryan after his squats. He said while his knees did hurt, everything's feeling good. He had a 35-pound PR on his final squat, and he had a PR in his second squat. So he is hyped today.
Let's go, Ryan.
So let's hope he keeps it up. He's got good support systems behind him. So let's go, buddy.
One of our submaster lifters in the 35 to 39 age group.
Submaster is just a word, man. You can't slow me down. Let's go, Ryan. That's easy. Easy peasy. Yes, sir. Nicely done. Andrew's back.
He's back.
He's
Let's
doing
go.
okay. Always great to see.
$142.5, 314.2 pounds. Let's go, Andrew. Using the bench, the feet up there to get his traps dug in there.
Nicely
Oh.
done.
He's back.
Beautiful.
He's back, ladies and gents.
It looked like getting up off the bench. He had a little bit of a hunch there almost. So I wonder if he's, feeling it from that squat, but still pushing through. It's great to see.
Absolutely.
I also could just be making stuff up. I have no idea.
We'll have to see how it keeps playing for bench, and certainly for the deadlifts, because it could affect what he puts on the bar. Joshua Beaton here, World Jim Barry, representing 167.5 kilos, 369.3 pounds.
No problem at all. Judges say, yes, sir. 3 whites on the board, sorry. Lance wants 180 kilos, 396 pounds. Alexander's on deck. Bruno's in the hole, and then we'll be jumping back to the second attempt of this bench session.
Full house here in sunny, and by sunny I mean foggy, Burlington, Ontario, but people have turned out to cheer on these gentlemen to close out the Royal City Rumble 2.
Danny Tanner.
Lance Lavalley here, 180 kilos as his opener, 397 pounds. Slow on that descent, but doesn't
Nicely
seem
done.
to affect the press too much.
Blew that one up. Nicely done. 3 whites across the board. Going 180 kilos. Lance's weight is staying the same for Alexander. 180 kilos. Bruno wants 195, and then Bradley will be finishing off the play with 197.5.
All these lifters throughout this day, especially as we get further into bench press, are going to have to manage both their mentality, their level of hype or arousal, and their overall energy, so they can make it all the way through to the last deadlift. Nice wide grip for Alexander. Wider grips.
Looking good. Nicely done.
Wider grips are going to require a little bit more chest activation. It does help cut down on the range of motion. Helpful if you happen to be part of the Team Long Arm crew, as I am.
430-pound opener. Let's go, Bruno.
Bruno the Butcher, Boucher. Hopefully he doesn't mind that nickname. I don't know if it's an official one.
Boucher in French is actually the butcher.
Well, I take back my comment.
You don't have to. I think he's cutting it up. I think he's slaying the bench. I don't have any more nice
Well done.
jokes.
That was good. That was great.
Bradley Nickel, 197.5 kilos, 435 pounds.
Our heaviest bench opener here in Flight B.
Let's see if his bench technique is as good as his squat technique.
You remember Bradley Nickel is certainly Jordan's favorite. I'm a fan as well. Very technical.
Excuse me for the water drink.
Got to stay hydrated.
I realized that came through on the mic after. Let's go, Bradley. Oh, that was so good. I don't know if anyone can see this. Garrett was sleeping on the couch behind us, and they smelling salted him while he was sleeping, and he almost shit his pants. That was the best.
Sleepover rules apply. Don't be the first to fall asleep.
Yep. It's like waking up to a van flip.
Bradley Nickel, 197.5 kilos.
Safe to say those smelling salts are working really well. They're doing their job.
Shout out to Obsidian Ammonia.
Yeah. You melted Garrett's face off.
Good lift for Bradley.
All right, we are back. Second attempts. Alex Gaston Burns, 120 kilos, 264 pounds. Josh is on deck. Ethan is in the hole. Rodrigo, 4 lifters out.
Platform is ready for Alex.
Alex Gaston Burns here with a 5-kilo jump from his opener to 120. Makes short work of it. A little slower towards the top, but nothing out of the ordinary for a second attempt. 2-1, good lift.
Josh is our next lifter, 127.5 kilos, 281 pounds. Ethan is on deck. Rodrigo in the hole. Andrew Din is 4 lifters out.
If you want to follow along live, go to liftingcast.com. Look for Royal City Rumble 2 Men's Day. Keep it up because we are about halfway through the benches. We're into seconds, obviously. Light B. Here goes Josh. Slow control, keeping test up. That's the encouragement.
Good speed.
Good
Judges say. Yes, sir. 3 whites across the board. I think I just hit puberty there. Finally.
It happened.
Finally happened.
Miraculous things happen at Catalano Events.
No, my man. Yeah, buddy. All right. Ethan is our next lifter, 303 pounds, 137.5 kilos. Rodrigo on deck. Andrew in the hole. Ryan, 4 lifters out.
Benching over 300.
Ethan is crushing it as a junior.
Reminder, junior, Ethan's competing in the 17 to 19 age group.
Coaching himself, I imagine. Beauty.
Looked like a great
Nicely done. In and out. Efficient lifter.
Absolutely.
Rodrigo wants the same weight, 137.5, 303 pounds. Andrew's on deck. Ryan's in the hole, and Joshua Beaton. 4 lifters out.
All of the action and Jordan's continued pun mastery brought to you by A1 Digital, the strongest live stream in the world. Representing Torque Powerlifting, Rodrigo is on the bench. 137.5 on the bar.
Let's go, Rod. That looked good. Like clean. Nicely done. That's a good lift. We're going 3 and 25 pounds for Andrew Din. 147.5 kilos.
5 kilo jump for him. We'll see how Andrew's looking as he comes out onto the platform and as he leaves. He's persevering. Always admirable to see. Here comes Andrew. Crowd's behind him. He looks like a man who's been facing some adversity but knows he has a job to do. Clean. Judges, I think you're going to like it. Sure do. He may go up another 5. Is what I'd anticipate. Sure enough, 152.5 will be Andrew's third. But right now we got Ryan Rogers out of Scorybreck. $150 kilos is looking to be good.
Yes, sir. Nicely done. 3 whites across the board. Josh wants 175 kilos, 385 pounds. Alexander's on deck. Lance is in the hole. And we got Bruno. Big Bruno.
I want to show some love to Alistair, who is holding it down as the master ceremonies all weekend long, making sure the audience is into the lifting and supporting these lifters.
I love it. Alistair's a great MC. He's keeps everyone engaged. He knows the lifters. He has a lot of his own lifters, and he loves the job. He's good at it.
You can feel it. He's invested.
I love seeing like I've lifted with Alistair more than anybody in any meets, and it's still great to see people outside of the lifting platform.
Totally.
No
Good
issues. Joshua got that. 182.5 for Alexander, 402 pounds. Lance is on deck. Bruno's in the hole.
With a 2.5 kilo jump up from his opener, I'd expect this to look like a fight. But I still think...
I feel like his opener was fairly conservative for him, no?
You might be right. I might be confusing.
But no, you're right
Right.
with a 2.5 kilo jump, right? Because you never know, right? Maybe
Try-
there's a strain or something.
Trying to leave some room
Yeah.
for the second and the third. Here's that wide grip. Maximum legal grip is index finger on the knurling ring. Here's the fight. He probably had... Nope.
Tough sticking point right there. Great attempt. Great call on that with the fight.
Appreciate it.
It's
Hopefully,
almost like you've been watching.
all weekend. Hopefully Alexander's going to come back. Because that looks like it's on the table.
Yep. Looks like it could be there for sure.
This is a record.
Record attempt for Lance, 424 pounds.
Let's go, Lance.
Yes, there we go, buddy.
Uh,
Nicely done. Good job, Lance. 446 pounds for Bruno. 202.5 kilos. 207.5. Next up for Bradley.
yeah, Jordan.
What up? Let's go, Bruno. Look at those hamstrings.
Enough to make somebody jealous, like me.
His hamstring is my whole quad.
What a strong, strong man. Let's go, Bruno.
Nicely done.
Well done.
Judges say he's in and out. That's an efficient lift. Great job, Bruno. Bradley wants 457.5 pounds, 207.5 kilos.
$10-kilo jump for Bradley from his first to second. Using his ritual to get his body and mind in the right place to lift a heckin' lot of weight over his chest. Good.
Nice, fast. Looks good. Nicely done.
Lights. Back to the top of the order for third attempt bench presses. Now, we saw some trouble with third attempt bench presses for Flight A. Let's see how Flight B fares. Nothing is guaranteed.
The only thing that's guaranteed are death and taxes, my friend.
There you go.
Had to ruin everyone's day. I can hear my wife in the background. He's not wrong, though.
He's not. He really isn't.
Don't enable me. Don't enable me. I'll keep going if you do that.
Give Jordan an inch, he'll take a mile.
That's right. Let's go, Alex. 127.5 on the bar, 281 pounds, sorry. Josh is on deck. Ethan is in the hole. Rodrigo, 4 out. Let's go. Let's
Fighting
go.
for
It's
it.
still going. It's
He
still going.
can have it. Not quite.
Great attempt. Josh Beal is scratching his third. So what we're going to do here is spotters and loaders are going to load it up regardless. They're going to run the clock for the remaining minute. And as Jared was saying before, that gives the athletes more time, the next athletes more time. It allows the meet to run the same speed that it's normally been running. Athletes have no strange expectations, faster or slower. Ethan is going for a national record attempt bench, 314.16 pounds. It's been impressive to watch Ethan lift today.
Absolutely agree. Well,
I wasn't mocking him. That was laughable because he made it look so easy.
he really did.
That was awesome.
He was a laugh of, man, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, that was it. Half shock, half sadness for myself. And he's only a junior.
Just to really rub it in. But
yeah. Rodrigo's up next. We got 314 pounds. He's taking the same weight. Andrew's on deck. Ryan's in the hole. Alexander's 4 out. We have Joshua Eaton 5 out.
5-kilo jump for Rodrigo.
Let's go, Rod, all the way
Yes,
back.
come on, Rod.
Looked like he had a little, might have hit the rack. We're still going to count it. Yes, sir.
Doing torque barbell.
No issues at all.
Very proud.
Weight's going to jump up 10 kilos, 152.5 for Andrew. Ryan is on deck. All standards in the hole. Joshua, 4 out.
Can't overlook the mental aspect of these lifts, especially the third attempts. Not only do you need to have the physical capacity to move that weight, but you also have to have the mental fortitude and commitment. It's easier said than done.
Got that right, Skip?
Great job, Andrew.
Nicely done.
Good lift.
Great to see it come back from Andrew after that squat. Like you said, it's having the mental fortitude to come back after something like that is not easy.
Not at all.
I imagine the spotters and loaders are a bit jumpy now, too.
Probably.
Ready for anything. Spider-Man reflexes now.
Much. Spider sense is tingling, and it's not just the caffeine from Rain, one of our sponsors.
Hey, you know this scene in Spider-Man where he catches everything on the tray?
Yes.
That was a legit scene. He did it real.
They had to do it take after take after take.
How do you and I know everything the same?
Because we were meant to do this live stream together, Jordan.
True, I think so. Let's go, Ryan. Come on, all the way. You still
Come
got
on.
it. You still got it. Let's go. Push it back.
Come on.
He's got it. He's got it. I'm gonna.
Well done.
Yeah, buddy.
Lights.
That was a good grind.
Very good grind.
Bacon and Barbells has been doing best grind lift all weekend, and while it's mostly stuck to deadlift, I might have to consider that one for best grind.
Might have to. Ryan Rogers in contention for the best grind award.
Sure.
Very prestigious award.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Instead of giving out just a random prize to the best lifter or something, I said, why not make it interesting? And we'll have, the best lifter is the best lifter. You're good. I want to see everybody do something exciting,
which is always something that I love. We've been talking about the powerlifting community, especially with what you put into this, what Sarah and Francesco have done, putting on the meat. They really want it. It has this very inclusive feel. Everybody wins. That's been the catchphrase, and it's been true to form. One of my favorite things as a lifter and as a coach is seeing people do their first meet, their second meet, come away with a smile, already thinking, when can I do that again?
Yep.
Joshua Beaton coming for national record attempt at 185.
Let's go, brother.
407.9 pounds. Junior lifter. Fast ascent.
Looks
Good
good.
job.
3 for 3 on bench, coming off the beaten path from squats.
Well done.
Did you use that one already?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought you did.
I remember.
Oh, I've been holding that one in the vault for a while.
Oh, he's kept it in the back pocket.
I thought you said off the beaten path once, so I was like, I can't use that one.
I think I did, but I don't know. I don't think it was for Joshua.
Oh,
We're good.
we're good.
We adhere to the ton
Check
rules.
that one off mentally.
You had that on your bingo card.
Dang, I wonder where my peanut gallery is. Let's go, Lance.
Lavely,
Crushing the bench game.
200
Loving
kilos.
it. Let's go. 440 pounds. National record attempt for Lance.
Come on, not there.
Great attempt, Lance. Great catch, spotters. Bruno wants 451 pounds, 205 kilos. Bruno is 5 for 5. His subtotal, I think, is more than my normal total, which is sad.
Bruno is a strong, strong human.
Yeah. There's something in the water in Montreal, and I want it. I want a lifetime supply of that water.
Jordan's going to be thinking about how to install a pipeline so he can siphon off some, but in the meantime, Bruno is going to take 205 for a ride.
Nord Stream 10. Let's go, Bruno.
Fighting for
Let's
it.
go. I think he still got it. Yes, sir.
Good job, Mr. Boucher.
He is 6 for 6. Bench is done for Bruno. He's getting ready for deadlifts. Yeah, baby. Bradley wants 474 pounds, 215 kilos. This is the last bench of the PM session. We'll be taking a 15-minute break after this to tear down, set up for the deadlift.
Same ritual as always. Getting himself in the right headspace. Setting up the same way every time. Very important for peak performance, given everything you have, especially on a third attempt bench. Getting those feet set now. Not there.
Every king's reign must come to an end. Great job. He's still got the deadlifts. 15-minute break. We're just tearing down for the bench press. We're going to set up for the deadlift. We will take 15 minutes. I will jump back to the booth.
Before you do, what'd you think of those benches?
I thought they were great. They did the up and the down several times. They got the reds and the greens from a bunch of people. I think it played exactly how I thought it was going to.
There you go. We got a good mix. We got a few missed attempts, especially on third attempts. Great to see someone like Andrew Din come back and smoke those benches after some adversity on squats. We'll see how this carries over for everybody into the deadlifts. They're going to be getting ready. Flight A is warming up right now. Like Jordan said, 15 minutes. We'll be back with you. I'm Jared Maynard.
I'm Jordan Moffett.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
We are back with the final lift of the afternoon session here at Royal City Rumble 2. Back with you. My name is Jared Maynard. I'm going to be joined very likely very soon by Jordan Moffat of Bacon and Barbells Co. We have had a lot of excitement all throughout the weekend, but especially this afternoon with heavyweight men. We had some challenges, some excitement pop up on the squats. Platform crew, typical, in fine form, making sure that we're rolling through smoothly, keeping our lifters safe. We had some missed attempts, checkering the bench section here. These lifters are going to be looking to carry their momentum from squats and bench, managing their energy, and finish on a strong note, building as big of a total as we can, or as they can. You aren't going to want to miss it. I got some insider info from Granville Mayers on the break. He is looking to get over 700 of his deadlift. Coming back from rehab as he prepared for this meet. He has been showing no sign of it. You wouldn't know it just to watch him today. Alistair is our master of ceremonies, shouting out our wonderful sponsors. And all of this action being brought to you by A1 Digital, the strongest live stream in the world. The thing in powerlifting that the meet really begins when the barbell hits the floor. We have that now. We are coming out with Alex McDonald kicking us off with 187.5 kilos, 413.4 pounds for his opening deadlift. Welcome back to Garrett Fear.
Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. I was spot and loading for a little while.
Good lift for Alex. Officially on the total. Steve Del Rey, another Scory Breck barbell lifter. Scory Breck out in force today, both in the lifters and the meet day staff. 210 kilos on the bar, 463 pounds. The platform is ready for Steve. Easy.
Really solid technique.
Absolutely. For those of you at home following along, especially if you're newer to powerlifting, deadlifters, or pardon me, all powerlifters completed the deadlift have to assume a fully erect position at the top, knees locked out, shoulders back, hips through. A few other things they can't do: the bar cannot travel downward once it has begun to leave the floor. Can't be supported on the thighs through what is known as a hitch. That's you up in 215 kilos, 474 pounds. That high belt placement be very advantageous, especially for larger lifters. Make short work of that opener. That's what you want to see on an opener. Spencer Thurston coming up for his opener, a Master Athletic Performance client, coached by Carly McGinnis. Master Athletic Performance, one of our sponsors here at Royal City Rumble 2, brought to you by Catalano Events.
He's a pretty tall dude too.
Yes, he is. Gets those knees through. Works with that lockout, but overall pretty smooth.
Toledo is 240 kilos on the bar.
Matthew Collado, one of our junior lifters, 20 to 23 age group, with 240 on the bar, 529 in pounds. If you want to follow along live and see the score sheet keep filling out, liftingcast.com is where you got to go. Looking for Royal City Rumble 2 Men's Day.
Platform is ready for Matthew.
Matthew walks out with some ease, just like he's been here before. Another day at the office, which is typically what we want for an opener. Sure has.
Fantastic opener.
3 white lights. Now the lifters are going to 250 kilos. Mike is on deck. Luke is in the hole.
Alex Iarulo is going to be up next. Representing Torque Powerlifting, 250 kilos on the bar, which the platform crew is setting up just like a practice NASCAR pit crew. They've been working hard all weekend long. We appreciate them for it, including you, Garrett. You enjoy that, eh?
I love it. That's my favorite thing. Spotting and loading.
That's awesome. We always need them. Looks like that bar got out in front just a little bit. But good opener.
250 kilos. Go in the hole and take it 4 out.
Mike Octolani. With 250 kilos, 551.2 pounds. Not the fastest opener, but looks to be good.
Kilos, 617 pounds for Luke. Brandon on deck. Paid in the hole.
Luke Capstick getting ready to come out. Adam Katz behind him.
Lifters who play paper plans, tablets, make sure you're getting your warm-ups in. The platform is ready for Luke.
Here comes Luke. Luke had a very solid showing with the squats. 2 for 3 on bench. He'll be looking to put together a big total, just like all the rest of the gentlemen here. Sumo stance with the hands inside the feet.
Not every day you see a big guy pull a sumo that efficient,
Agreed.
especially considering the amount of visible force that went into it. That was an awesome deadlift.
It was. Granville Mayers overheard him during the break saying he's open for over 700 pounds on the pole, opening at 650, 295 kilos. Also had a Scory Breck. You wouldn't necessarily know that Granville has been battling back, I believe, from surgery. Again, overheard. Granville can fact check me later. What do you think about that, Garrett?
700 is going to be a toughie.
It is going to be tough. With conventional, like we've been saying in other sessions, we really expect to see, it really depends on generating force and speed, especially off the floor, through the transition past the knee.
I'll tell you, if he wants 7, he pretty much has to make the 307 call on the second. I think it's too risky to go above that. And if he calls 305 on 2, 310, I mean, it's reasonable.
661.
Caden Bushy, 300 kilos, 661. No problem.
Smooth. This is up next. We're going to go 207.5 for Alex, 457. Steve is on deck. Over in the hole and Spencer.
Alex McDonald, top of the order for deadlift, second attempts, 207.5 kilos. We got signs. We've got energy in the crowd. We got signs of Alex's face, it looks like.
It's a pretty big face. No, I'm just kidding.
Alistair getting the crowd behind Alex here. He's gone up 20 kilos from his opener.
Yeah, this wide of a stance can prove to be tricky. Having your feet outside of your hips for a conventional deadlift can be real tricky in a powerlifting format.
Yep.
Pretty good with it there, but I'll tell you what, if he makes another jump that matches that, he'll get stuck about mid-thigh.
We'll see what Alex puts in. 10-kilo jump for Steve, though, Ray, to 220. 485 pounds. Also a square rack lifter. Getting some smelling salts. Shout out to Obsidian Ammonia, one of our sponsors here today. Outfitting us with salt and baby powder, I believe.
Really great tech, really consistent.
Absolutely.
Doesn't necessarily have the best leverages for deadlift either, so it's surprising to say the least that he deadlifts as efficiently as he does.
Agreed.
Especially compared to his squat. He looks more like a squatter.
Yes. We've said it a few times through the weekend, just based on athlete build, it can favor any of these lifts. But there are trade-offs to everything, and full power meets require you to complete all three lifts.
I always get a bit skeptical about this belt placement as they get into the second and third attempts. I feel like with already, being the size, you already have a certain degree of mobility restrictions, and I feel like this is really not gonna help when you get to this range. It's gonna even cause the opposite of what you intended to. It could cause that thoracic to collapse a little more.
Nacho Bin.
He's having a hard time pulling the chest through, I think. At the very least, pulling the pelvis through, and it's from an aesthetic standpoint, it's looking as if it's the chest. I know a guy out in Ohio, his name's Robert Knudsen. He's pulled like 850. He's like a 308 competitor, but on the more jacked side of 308.
Mm-hmm.
He's always pulled with his belt like that.
Interesting.
And tends to miss in a way that is typical of that belt causing an impediment. Top end, legs are stiffened out.
Right. And just getting that folding
but
over.
Yeah, you're still folded over.
Spencer Thurston with 240. Up 12.5 kilos.
He's a junior. Jeez.
Sure is.
I like the patience with the lockout.
Yep.
A lot of times you'll see guys in the super heavies, they'll start hitching the bar and ramping it. So for those of you who don't know, a hitch is when the barbell is supported on the thigh and is accompanied by downward motion. A ramp is simply when you support the barbell on the thighs.
7.5 kilo bump for Alex Iarulo from 1 to 2 on his deadlifts. Also junior competitor out of Torque Powerlifting.
Yeah, I don't really like the 7.5 kilo jump in this range. I feel like your jumps in this range should be between 10 and 12.5, maybe even 15 from 1 to 2. Depending on what we see here as far as output goes, be a good indicator that he opened a tad heavy. Yeah, maybe opened a bit heavy. I think 240 would have been a better opener. 255 on the second. Now I feel like he kind of bottlenecked himself into like 265 full max.
Here's a 20 kilo jump by Matthew Collado. Excuse me, 260 kilos on the bar.
Is that how you say that, Collado?
Well, we'd have to check. I've heard Alistair say
I believe it would be Collado.
Collado.
Two L's is usually a Y.
That's right, especially with the Spanish pronunciation. Matthew, if I've been mispronouncing your name, I apologize.
You know what? This is Canada. I have a feeling it is just double L. Collado.
One thing's for sure, Matthew's getting after this second deadlift.
Very close to a ramp there. Could get tricky on the third attempt.
Bar stays at 260 for Mike Ochterlony.
Ochterlony sounds like a German horror movie. 573 pounds.
Got pulled forward a little bit at the start.
This fall, who will challenge the Ochterlony?
Coming soon to theaters. Well done, Mike. Successful lift on a second.
Getting into these landmark numbers now. 300 kilos, 661 pounds. Luke Capstick. Not to be mistaken for chapstick.
Three more second attempt deadlifts before we roll to the top of the order for the thirds.
I really do love his tech. It looks like he's gearing up to kind of get to a 700-pound pull today. I think that's why there's so much explosiveness in what he's doing right now. Seems like he's trying to set a precedent for force production and speed. Probably gets a little sticky towards the lockout side of things, so he likes to maintain good velocity going to the transition at the knee. I like what he's doing here, especially if 320 is the goal.
Up. I think we could see it. 15 kilo jump for Granville up to 310. Granville Mayers going for a national record attempt here.
Yeah, Luke did make that 320 jump.
There you go.
That's what it looks like he was doing. Now, what Luke needs to make sure he doesn't do is get nervous and let up on the force in the bottom. But that same tune, he can't now add any extra to it because he'll kick that bar out away from him. Here's Granville Mayers, 310 kilos, 683. Top.
Fighting for it. Locks it out.
I'll tell you what, he'd have a lot easier time initiating that bar off the floor if he lets those arms lengthen out a bit, gets that bend out of his elbow, because there's a phrase that we use in powerlifting. It's called pulling slack out of the bar. Particularly with the deadlift bar, you'll see it bends a little bit more than a typical gym bar. But there's something to be said for getting the slack out of your limbs, the slack out of the upper back as well.
Hayden Bushy is going to be next up. 320 kilos on the bar, bringing that 700-pound mark, 705.5.
Yeah, looking at his jump, too, he's looking to try to get real close to 750 today. Let's see how this goes.
There's a roll back to initiate.
Solid second. I'd say 327 from there.
I can see it.
Steve is on deck. Marbles in the hole. Spencer is 4.
Yeah, I had a feeling Alex was taking the 20 kilo jump approach to 501. I really, really hate this type of approach for lifters who are in this top end strength range on the deadlift. Because, you know, in reality, you're making close to 10% jumps across the board. And opening at 80% can kind of set an unrealistic expectation of speed and overall ease. I like his confidence, though. Tenacity goes a long way to deadlift, particularly early on in your powerlifting career.
The crowd's behind him.
This is a big landmark, too, 501. Adrenaline goes a long way in a situation like this.
Keep going. Fight for it. No, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those situations where if you're going for 501, why? You know, why are you going for 501? What is your current PR? Is it a realistic number for you to get? If it is, why open at 80%? 87, maybe? You're looking for the lighter end opener, but
All things to be taken into consideration and analyzed post-meet.
Steve Del Rey, 230 kilos, 507 pounds.
Platform is ready for Steve.
10 kilo jumps across his attempts so far. Come on, Steve. Yes, sir.
So consistent. Really, really love the tech there from Steve.
Steve. All right, Matthew,
15 kilo jump.
See, Mateo, again, this is one of these situations I don't like. The 12.5 from 1 to 2 and the 15 from 2 to 3. Not a situation I'm typically a fan of.
Let's see how much you can bring it together here.
Yeah, and looking at how the squats went too. 2 missed 600-pound attempts. I don't know if the gas is going to be here.
Challenge for sure.
I just feel like we'll see a teetering right as we hit above the knee. Let's come to a quick stop. I see lots of focus here now, though. It's not like his squats. He's not getting amped the same way he was for squats. That's promising.
Screwing himself in a position before trying to move that bar. Fighting for it. Not quite.
I don't mean to brag, but I called that.
You called it. Yes, you did. That coach's eye, you developed it quite sharply.
Yeah. I just feel like overextended himself a bit today. Even just looking at some of the attempts, they seem very emotional. 600 squat, 400 even on bench, 500-pound second attempt deadlift. Seemed like some very emotional calls.
Spencer Thurston is coming up next. 250 kilos, 551.2 pounds. He'll be looking to cap off his deadlifts. 2 successful attempts so far, jumping 10 kilos.
I like this jump. It's going to be a grind one way or the other,
Come
though.
on, let's go, Spencer.
Oh,
Not
no,
quite.
his left hand started to open up. You know, honestly, I kind of think he quit on that one. I think he was closer than he thought he was. In his head, it probably felt like it was dead in the water. You know, I've been there, but I really feel like someone needs to tell him that was a lot closer than he probably thinks it was.
Hopefully he'll come back and smoke that the next time he's on the platform.
I'd go do it in the warm-up room right now.
Yeah. There's something to be said for the post-meet warm-up room max set attempts. Mike Octoloni getting a nose full of smelling salts. Got a Tube City pneumonia. Like Garrett said, last name sounding like a German movie. This could be a blockbuster poll.
Oh, no, that's gone. That's gone. Yeah, that's another one of those situations. There's too much slack to get out of the thoracic spine and the arms. By the time you get there, all the pressing you can do through the floor is basically just generating force and pulling slack out of your arms. You know, and then you got the bar to worry about. Now you got to break the floor. It's a tough game.
It is. Matthew up next. For 272.5 kilos on the bar, 600.8 pounds.
Again, another situation where I'm not. The attempt selection here as well seems to be a bit on the emotional side as well. 365, that's the 584 landmark squat, 375 bench. Both missed attempts. I will say his deadlift was off to a really solid start.
Go, Matthew.
Doesn't want to hook the hands too far under. That overhand is going to. There it
Support from the
is.
crowd as he pulls. He's amped up. Authoritative third deadlift for Matthew.
Really cleaned up the ladder attempt in the deadlift compared to the other two lifts. I really like to see that.
Agreed. Same bar weight for Alex Iarulo at a torque powerlifting.
This is a weird call. 7.5, 1 to 2, and 2 is tricky as is. But then making the 15 kilo jump. I mean, I love the go for broke mentality. I really do.
Alex will be putting everything he has into this last deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, he's really going to have to put together something special here. Yeah.
Good effort, Alex. He'll finish 6 for 9 today.
Yeah, had a great squat day.
Great squats. Granville, he's taking a shot.
With Alex, I think it's just kind of a lesson to learning how to gap the attempts properly, opening up a tad lighter, being able to create momentum for yourself, leading into the third attempt.
Granville taking a shot at a national record. 317.5 kilos on the bar. 700 pounds.
Dude, he's hype.
Let's go, Granville.
Dude, get those arms long. Get them long. Get them long.
Come on,
Oh,
buddy. He can fight all the way to the top. He's done it. Granville Mares, the crowd favorite. And the judges are building suspense. 3 white lights and a successful Canadian national record for Granville. He is pleased with himself, I'd venture to say.
I don't think I've ever seen someone manage to generate more force as the deadlifts go on. And like obviously, like visually, you can see it. His opener looked pretty tough. And then just seemed to kind of keep pulling it together as the attempts went on.
He found that gear he needed to engage.
Little masterclass in hype from Granville Mares.
Luke Capstick following that attempt. 320 on the bar, 705.5.
Yeah, like I talked about earlier, I think the big thing here for Luke is literally doing exactly what he's been doing. He doesn't want to add too much to it as far as force off the floor, and he definitely doesn't want to slow down.
No, can't do it here. Can't slow down. Has to hit the gas once he gets wedged. Right
I love
there.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Got it. 3 white lights for Luke Capstick. Hayden's going to close out flight A.
Luke might have one of my favorite approaches to sumo I've seen in a very, very long time. Doesn't choose to go to any extremes as far as stance width, grip width, or a hyper vertical torso. Still keeps the element of speed and force production off the floor as a part of his sumo. Really, really love Luke's sumo. Great job from Luke.
Agreed.
Caden did make the 327 call. I think this is the top out for him today, so not going to be an easy one here. Has to commit all the way through.
722.
Big thing here is to not stop pushing through the feet. A lot of times we'll see guys get to the knee and they'll kind of stop.
Let's go, Caden.
I think he got there. I think he got there.
He committed. Judges will reward it. Great lift for Caden. Capping out flight A. Bringing us right into flight B to close out the afternoon session of Royal City Rumble 2. Andrew had a tough go with squats. He fell down on his second attempt. He scratched his third. So that's what we're seeing here with 70 kilo opening attempts. Likely would have changed it from what he put in at weigh-ins yesterday. He'll come out and take it. The posted total, we'll see what happens beyond that. Really great to see Andrew come back from that on bench, especially 3 for 3 there. Almost certainly not the day he planned for. No one plans for a day like that, really. But we talk about grit and the ability to come back from adversity, and this is an example of it.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this flight as a whole. How do you pronounce his last name? Boucher?
Boucher.
Boucher? I'm excited to see Boucher's deadlift. Given the way that he squats, I would expect that he's got kind of an old school sumo style deadlift, very reminiscent of like the old, like the single ply kind of days, back with the WPO multi-ply.
Good stuff, Andrew. Alex Gaston Burns opening at 220 kilos, 485 pounds.
Say he tore his quad on the squats.
Andrew?
Is that what they just said?
I missed it.
I don't think he tore his quad on the squat. Be a lot more bruising by now. I suppose muscle belly tear is yeah, totally feasible.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the grade.
Right.
Platform is ready for Alex.
Yeah, as we round this day out, we still have a full house. Here goes Alex. Solid opener.
Solid opener, maybe a tad on the heavy side. He does have a trend of that third attempt being a bit overshot. Also with the bigger jump from 2 to 3. He's done that on both squat and bench. I would imagine he's going to make like a 227 call on the second deadlift. And if he gets that, makes a kind of jump that's atypical here.
230 is
Yeah,
what the call is.
230. Yeah.
Josh Beal is our next lifter with 227.5 kilos, 501.6 pounds. Setting up a sumo.
I love the high slack pull.
Made that look easy.
Yeah, it did make it look pretty good. It's a little stiffer through the pelvis, I think, than he wants it to be. I think in his case, one notch looser on that belt can make a world of difference.
Josh Beaton. Junior competitor, 230 kilos, 507. Yup. Got some gas left in the tank. First 2 and 3 on the deads.
All right, Lance is coming up 70 kilos. 595. Rico is on deck. Will's in the hole, and Evans 4.
Lance Lavalley, 270 kilos, just under 600 pounds, 595. Rocking the bacon and barbell singlet. One of our sponsors, decking out the platform crew. That was a good lift for Lance. Rodrigo Farias will be the next one out at the same weight, 270 on the bar. Here goes Rodrigo. Wow, too shabby. 3 white lights.
You know, Rodrigo is unsuspectingly jacked.
He really is.
Like he's always looked like a beefy guy to me, but he's a little leaner than I expected him to be. A little more pronounced muscle bellies than I expected.
Bruno Boucher will be our next lifter.
I'm really curious to see how he pulls. Yeah, I think I nailed this on the head. Yeah, even pulls the leg back. Yeah, you're gonna see that lockout get slow.
Yeah. Continuing to build on his momentum after decimating an 804 squat on his thirds.
Bruno's attempt selection has truly been awesome today. I would imagine after 287, I feel like no matter what, he's looking at 295 on the third.
Yeah, I'd see it.
Definitely more of a seasoned guy. You can just tell by the attempt selection. It's pretty intelligent across the board.
Ethan Rashid coming up for his opener, 280, 617.3 pounds.
Curious to see how he does with this belt. A little tight. Might see the torso kick over quick.
Yep. Fight for it.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm going to go give him a little piece of advice real quick.
No lift there for Ethan.
He's going to be coming back equipped with some fresh advice from Garrett Pierre. Ryan Rogers will be the next one up. Another Scory Breck team member want to thank Scory Breck Barbell for putting up $500 in cash as a prize for our AM session. And coming out in force from the competitors and the meat-based staff. 282.5 kilos on the bar, 623 pounds for Ryan Rogers. Lots of momentum so far for Ryan.
Gonna get real sticky. I feel like some of these openers have been a little too heavy.
They've been heavy. It wasn't the speediest opener we've ever seen, for sure. Gets the good lift, but we'll see where he goes from here.
Yeah, I feel like his best bet is to make a 7.5 kilo jump from there. I feel like that's going to be the best gauge he's going to get. 290, I think, is the call for Ryan. I mean, 292 is not even that crazy.
300.
300 seems a bit ambitious. It looks like he's trying to get to the 317.5 mark. Judging by the 17.5 kilo call from 1 to 2. Probably really wants a 700. Once he cleans up that lockout side, that's going to prove to be real tricky for Ryan Rogers. Bradley Nickel on the platform now, 292.5 kilos, 644 pound opening deadlift attempt. I call this the stance of peace. You see the knees, you'll see the femurs externally rotate a lot as it initiates the floor. Kind of open up towards the arms. Nope. That shouldn't pass. Ooh. Yeah, the one thing with that stance, you tend to lose, no matter what you do, you tend to lose a lot of force towards the top end. And if you look at that deadlift closely, you'll see he wasn't really extended back quite enough. Maybe it was a little more vertical from the side than he looks on camera here.
Could be. Alexander Espalco, 295 kilos, 650.4 pounds.
Grip and rip? No? Oh,
Yep.
kinda. Yeah.
Hits the gas and stays on it. It'll be a good lift. Andrew will be scratching his attempt. Again, Andrew had an unexpected day, came back in force for bench, putting in the deadlift to post up a total, finishing with 430 kilos.
Not bad for only having one squat and a bench press.
That's right. Now let's Gaston Burns here. 230. 507 pounds. Where do you think he goes from here?
I mean, I see a lot of grit there. Honestly, another 10 kilo jump isn't unreasonable, but he has a trend of jumping high 2 to 3 and did 1 to 2. So 245 even, I feel like is a call he may make. I think 237 is the best call. Mm-hmm. But I imagine he's going to go 240 or 245.
Stay tuned. Joshua Beaton coming out at 250.
Yeah, he went 240. Yeah. Not out of reach. That's the good part about that. Not out of reach. Gonna have to fight for it.
Josh getting some back slaps.
Josh Beaton getting beaten.
There it is.
A solid attempt from Josh. Now, the better call here for Josh is 265. I think that's a great call for him to make. I'm worried that he's going to make the 272 call. 260. Great call. Great call.
Oh,
Even better than 265 in my opinion.
here comes Josh Beal jumping up to 252.5 kilos.
Is this another situation where they're going to open at 501 and then try to track for 600?
Big jumps. Sticky lockout.
Yeah, very sticky. I think anything over 262 doesn't go. I mean, that was a 25 kilo jump. A 20 kilo jump from there is 600. I really hope that it's not a 600-pound call.
Ethan Rashid coming back to take 280 again. He missed us on his opener.
Oh, 262 for Josh Beal. That's a good call. I like that call. I literally said anything over 262 is not going.
All right, WRPF.
He did loosen his belt.
You spoke to him briefly.
Yep, and he's got some tape on. So now it's just not accelerating the hips through too much on this wedge. There we go.
Oh.
Come on. Yeah, now it's his hands crapping out on him.
He'll have one more chance. Bruno Boucher from Team Quebec. 287.5 kilos, 634 pounds.
I like the attempt selection here. Typically with this style of deadlift and this style of lifter, you see the threshold gets hit pretty quickly. I would imagine Bruno made this attempt knowing that his top end is probably right around 295. Maybe 300 on a good day. Yeah, I think this is where we'll start to see the lockout get a little sticky. We'll start to see some kind of fanning of the glutes as they come through, kind of some left to right. You'll see he'll have to open his right leg towards the back as he reaches down. This will help initiate some leverage off the floor. That's pretty stiff.
Good lift, though.
Yeah, I still am leaning towards the 295 call there, but I don't think 300 is, it's 300 is a justifiable call. 297, right in between. I think that's a good call.
Lance Lavalley jumping up 17 kilos from 1 to 2.
This could prove to be tricky. Going from a blue to a red on the end of the barbell makes a big difference in slack.
Yep.
But particularly when you have a wider grip with bent elbows. So what you may see here compared to the opener is a little bit more pitched forward off the floor and a greater, well, that was better than his opener, actually. He didn't sit into that one as much. I think that benefited him quite a bit.
Able to ride it all the way through to a good lift.
Yeah, looking back at it now, hindsight being 2020, I think he kind of sat too much into the opener. Kind of tried to squat it up.
Rodrigo Farias coming out for the same weight, 287.5 kilos, 634 pounds.
Rodrigo's another one of those, on the stiffer side of the deadlift. It's a pretty rigid pull. If Lance's second attempt looked like his opener, I feel like either the 300 call would have been crazy to me, but I feel like he's finding a groove here now, and the 300 could actually prove to be his best. Rodrigo on the platform now with 6:33.
Fires it through.
I like that.
So do the judges.
I think a 300 call there is reasonable as well. I think 295, 297 is a little bit of a better call, but this is powerlifting. 300, yep.
Ryan Rogers will take 300 now for his second. 661.
Remind me, his got a little sticky towards the lockout, yes?
I believe so. Yes, I
believe it did. 17.5 kilo jump here is pretty big. I think the key things to watch for here is a quick deceleration around the knee. That'll be a pretty good indicator on not only this attempt, but what's available coming into the third. In his case, it'll be just above the knee, given that his arms are a little shorter.
Fighting for it, Ryan.
Yep.
He's got it. You can hang on to it.
Don't think.
2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the 17.5 kilo call is just a bit ambitious.
It
I
definitely.
think 12.5 would have been the better move there, and then maybe he could have gotten a 7.5 or maybe even a 10 out of it. But now the amount of effort he's got to put into that lockout, kind of going to gas him a little bit. I don't think any 305 is probably the max call I would give there.
There it is.
Yeah, 305. Alexander Paspalko making the 10 kilo call to 305. Agreeable attempt selection here.
Looking pretty solid.
That's such an Eastern Bloc deadlift, dude. I'm serious. That is such an Eastern Bloc deadlift, but it's very KK.
Yep, it's true. This is my build.
Yeah. Bradley, what did his opener look like? I'm trying to remember.
Honestly, so am I.
I feel like to make a 27.5 kilo jump, it had to have been pretty solid.
He must have felt good about it. He built momentum through squat.
The stance of peace. Yeah, this is a tricky call for me. I feel like it's similar to what we were talking about before. We're going to see that deceleration hit about 3-4 inches above the knee, and then that lockout's going to get real tricky unless you can really pull the hips through early.
Run.
That is soft.
A good lift. Andrew will be scratching his third.
He's going to make these different totals. He can spend much training for this week. For a lot of these guys, this is going to be a ball. So let's do our part.
Here's Alistair from Storyback Barbell on the mic, hyping the crowd up to get behind these gentlemen finishing the day off strong.
Yeah, 10 kilo call isn't a bad call here. At this point, it's just going to be, does he have the endurance or not? Does he have the gas? Doesn't look like it. Great attempt.
Great heart. Great fight, Alex.
This is a very agreeable call. I actually see this going. I actually see this going relatively easy for a third attempt. You know, not easy, just for a third, relatively easy. I think this is some of the better attempt selection we've seen in the flight so far. It's not uncommon, and you know, in some scenarios, particularly with conventional lifters, almost recommended to have a gap from 1 to 2 that's about double the gap from 2 to 3, so that wall can hit quick at the end of the meet.
Absolutely. Great lift. Good job, Joshua. He'll finish his day 7 for 9.
Yeah, really cleaned up after the squat.
Absolutely. 670 would be his total.
I think this is literally Josh's top end right here. I have him as a favorite on this one. Just has to, I mean, this sounds a bit corny, but really has to believe that he's capable of finishing this. Don't want to let up on the mental side of things here. Confidence goes a long way with a call like this. Good find. He didn't rush.
Come on, Josh. Will he have enough?
I like it.
Oh, he's got heart. No question about that. Judge will give it to him. 3 white lights for Josh Beal.
Yeah, looking at that one, mental fortitude, I think, went a long way there.
No doubt.
Great attempt selection on the 262 call.
Ethan Rashid. He walked away from his second looking at his hands. That might be the limiting factor.
Honestly,
here.
If you're already down 2, pull it mixed. Clearly the hook grip isn't working. He's tore both thumbs now. I gotta say, I'd be throwing the game plan out the window, and I'd go psycho on this with a mixed grip.
Crowd's gonna get behind him. We want to see Ethan post a total. He's been working hard all day. It's not
Lost
there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I really think that was a situation that called to go against the grain and give mixed grip a shot. Bruno, 297.5. I think, again, a great call. Truly a top-end lift for him. May see the knees get a little soft here. I don't think it'll be a problem from a lights perspective, though.
$297.5. 656 pounds.
Wants to really roll that bar in close.
Up. Good luck for Bruno. Finishing his day 9 for 9. Lance Lavely, owner-operator of Cerberus Canada. One of our sponsors here, providing the squat bars for all of our sessions. Bar will be loaded to 300 kilos, 661. One back slab to send him on his way.
Yeah, if he can replicate that second deadlift, a little more of a stiff-legged approach, and get the slack out of his arms, I think he's good for this. I already like what I'm seeing more compared to the opener, for sure.
He's probably got it.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it good? 2-1, good lift. Classy, shaking the hands of the refs as he leaves. Last pulls of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Rodrigo Farias, same weight, 300 kilos, 661. Short powerlifting.
I think this is also a great call for Rodrigo. A top end call for sure. Again, on this side of it, I think Rodrigo's a favorite here. What you don't want to see is an infractionary miss. And based on the precedent, I don't think we're going to see an infractionary miss regardless, but we will see some deceleration just above the VMO.
Come on, Rodrigo!
Gets right through it. Great
Yes,
job from
sir.
Rodrigo.
Good laugh.
I like this call a lot better for Ryan. I think again we're at a situation where it's a well-selected third based on the second.
$672. Let's hear it for Ryan.
Let's go, Ryan. Send it, buddy. Got pulled forward, trying to bring it
he
back, but it's
lost it,
not there.
Honestly, one of the situations that attempt was probably way more doable with a lighter second.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I knew Best Ball Go would need to make a conservative third attempt call. I didn't expect a 2.5 kilo call, but probably is best for the end of the meet.
Wrapping up the crowd before he finishes his day here. Fighting, locks it out. Great job. Bringing us to the last pull of Royal City Rumble 2, the very last lift. Radley Nickel, 716, 325 kilos. 5-kilo jump from his second. You gotta sniff him some salts. And he's here to close it out. Let's go, Bradley.
Let's go, Bradley.
Come on, buddy. He's got it. Two to one, no lift. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the Royal City Rumble 2. Garrett, closing thoughts on our afternoon session.
Lifters all did a phenomenal job. I mean, some of the attempt selection was a little wonky from the first to the seconds, but I feel like a lot of the lifters from 2 to 3 made better decisions, which is good. Francesco and Sarah, as usual, have only improved based on their last product. Great to see newer meet directors doing that. And you, first time commentating.
I was trying to not let anybody know that, but I appreciate it.
First time commentating, and you wouldn't know.
Excellent.
You wouldn't know that. You did a wonderful job, my friend.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure holding it down with you. Also, shout out to Jordan Moffitt, taking up some mic time, and hopefully making it engaging for all of you at home.
And again, a big shout out to all of our sponsors for today's event: SPD, Inner Strength Canada, Cerberus Strength Canada, Barbell Rescue, Bacon and Barbell, Protein Meal, Snacks Co., A7, Popeye Supplement Store, Obsidian Ammonia, Kinetic Cleanse, Hansu Power, excuse me, and Rain Energy.
And this live stream brought to you, of course, by A1 Digital.
And today's in-house MC, representative of Scory Brick Gym. We'll see you guys next time.